The STV Radio Football Show is brought to you by C.R. Smith. C.R. Smith are Scotland's top-rated window and doors company on Trustpilot, rated 4.9 out of 5, with over 5,500 reviews. C.R. Smith have fitted over 1 million windows and doors across Scotland. They offer great financial rates, so you can get the best product for your home at an affordable rate. We're all lovers of the beautiful game. Well, C.R. Smith make beautiful windows for beautiful homes. It's an open goal. Head to crsmith.co.uk for more info. Now it's time for the podcast.
The STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by C.R. Smith.
Hello and welcome to the STV Radio Football Show. Hell.
Start again.
Keep that in, that'd be funny. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by C.R. Smith. I am your host, Ronnie Charters, as ever joined by a rather insufferable Ewen Cameron today.
I've lost my voice.
I know, great. Honestly, what a result.
I've lost my voice. We're recording the podcast just, an hour and a half after the full-time whistle between Rangers and Hearts at Tynecastle. So yeah, I've lost my voice. It's been an emotional afternoon. I'm sure we'll talk quite a bit about it. But yeah, it's good to be here, Ronnie.
And Callum Bell.
My voice is fine because none of us got a word in edgeways because he wouldn't shut up about Hearts.
But that's not all. We thought we'd had to bring in a big guest because Callum's been getting a lot of slack for being the only representation of people since we got all the guests back in. None other than the man who has just guided East Kilbride to a famous League Two victory. The one and only Mick Kennedy, everybody!
Thank you.
Welcome, mate.
There he is. Mick
How are
Kennedy.
you?
I'm good. Just lost my voice as well, but for very different reasons.
Right, talk to us. So you won it on the Saturday. You had Saturday night, then you had the PFAs. How's the last 48 hours been? If you can remember any.
Interesting. Interesting. Part of the problem Saturday night was trying to manage Syra. He was the biggest issue. So the full squad out Saturday night in town, then it was good. Then PFA Awards last night. But me and Si made a total arse of it.
How?
Because we didn't know it was a black tie event.
Oh no! What did you turn up in? Tell me. You didn't, did you?
I turned up in a dark sort of brown suit with a white t-shirt on. He turned up with a black suit with a white t-shirt on. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is in tuxedo.
Did you feel like a dick?
Oh my God!
Dumb and Dumber. Remember they turned up with the big suit?
The colourful tuxedo.
I tried to make it. I was just trying to be a bit different. I tried to make it as if intentional. See, I walked in, I was like, we have made an arse of this.
Fraser worship for the PFAs. That's your invite revoked for next year. Right, welcome to Mick. We're going to have some fun this evening on this one. And we will bring you a new podcast every single Monday or Tuesday, in this case, if they end up playing on the bank holiday. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, STV Player, anywhere and everywhere.
TikTok.
That's not a thing.
Is that not a thing?
That was the one that Shelley liked, but it was not a thing. TikTok, Instagram, wherever you can get us. And you and I are on the radio, 2 till 6 on Saturday. We're watching the goals come in as 5. Was it 5-0 you had Saturday?
5-0.
What a way. After like 30 seconds in.
Aye.
Incredible way to win the league. So, 2 till 6 on a Saturday, Ewan and I playing some tunes. It was all 80s on Saturday, wasn't it?
It was so good.
Oh my Christ.
STV Radio Football Show with 80s music wall to wall. We had a ball, didn't we?
We were phoning people who were, they play a request or whatever, and then we get to phone them up, and they didn't know how to react when Ewan goes, "Hello, how you doing?"
One of his favourite records of all time from the 1980s. Kelly Marie, Feels Like I'm in Love.
Absolute anthem.
Great tune.
Wee Wendy put it on, and I was going mental. I actually
He was
forgot.
bouncing her in the studio as if he was in a karaoke bar.
So when he puts the fader up, this wee bit turns red. That's when you know the mic's on, right? And he put it up, then he realised 2 minutes after. I was like, "What a Anyway, 2 till 6 this Saturday. Get tuning in. And not only that, Mick, we've been allowed to go on the road. We're doing a live show in Oranmore. The
Are you
STV
coming,
Radio.
Mick?
Have you bought tickets yet?
I'll
More
be
Mick.
there, 100%.
Good
How many's
lad.
left?
Great question. Well,
I think there's only a handful left.
here's the thing, folks. I'm looking at it here. Wednesday, the 20th of May at Oranmore, the STV Radio Show live with the 3 of us plus some special guests. We have less than 10 tickets left at the time of recording. If you don't have your tickets, get them now. It's only a tenner and a small booking fee. You can join the likes of Frank McAvenny, Stephen O'Donnell, our lovely Cat Harvey, us 3, plus other mystery guests.
1, 2, 3 mystery guests. And Mick Kennedy's going
And
to be
Mick
there.
Kennedy's not going to be
He'll
here.
be
He's going to
there,
sign this dotted line. If he's not, then...
There's only 9 tickets left now.
Have you not got any pals?
And a Monday night. Nothing better to do.
Yes, it's not black tie. You'll be fine. Wear what you want.
Oh, you should have told me it was a black tie.
Turning up like Bond.
Head to stvradio.co.uk. You can find all the terms and conditions for the tickets, and we will love to see you at Oranmore, and especially you, because now it looks as if you were nearly about to be wearing. The forfeit is whoever he has to dress up, whoever wins the league with a full kit.
So if Rangers win it, I was to wear the Rangers kit. If
You
the
can put
Celtic
that one in the
win it-
wash. You don't even want to Rangers kit. Sorry, folks. Right, let's get to your comments, because I've just done what this guy doesn't like. Where can I find it? Where can I find
What do you
it?
mean? What have you done?
Oh, I know what it is.
1 minute 15 in, and Ronnie can't resist yet another dig at Rangers in capital letters. Is there a Celtic fan in the Scottish media that isn't bitter? Ryan Dunbar.
Well, you've just started off by talking about you'll no need the Rangers strip, just put it in the wash because Rangers are at the title.
You've done it again.
You've already done it.
Sorry, Ryan. How you doing tonight, big man? Right. What else have we got? Oh, this is a good one. This is sneaking up on my favourite football podcast list. Jambo, Bear and Ronnie are brilliant. I do feel like the other one doesn't quite fit in, though. They might need to sort that out in the next transfer window.
Can't even say my name. Doesn't even know my name. Just the other one.
And the thing is, and we might as well be honest with you, Callum, Ronnie and I have been having conversations privately about your future on the STV Radio Football Show.
Yep.
And the reason that Mick Kennedy's here tonight is because we're trying him out to replace you.
Just seeing how the chemistry works.
I can assure you, mate, if the comments are bad about you, mate, you should see next week's about me. I can assure you.
Grant McCulloch messages in that wee ginger balloon Charters has never mentioned that Rangers have spent £40 million. How can a podcast that has Ewen Cameron on it and he's not the biggest fanny? Charters has lately become insufferable with Celtic winning a couple of games. Mark Patterson with that one in there. Lovely.
I'm going to start an STV football podcast drinking game. Every time the name Cara is mentioned, I'll take a shot. Mate, you're going to be hammered half an hour in.
Aye, you'll not
at
be
that
letting life
stage.
him.
My girlfriend name's Cara, and apparently it's all I talk about. But I didn't bring it
It
up
is.
today.
No,
wasn't me.
that's
I like this one. So
Willie
we had a lot of comments about the Celtic contract signings with a manager in.
Right, okay.
Scales signed the contract first. Then he tried to pass the pen to the Celtic representatives for them to sign it. The pen was misplaced. That's quite good. I don't mind that. Any other ones?
There's a good one from Gordon, which you and I think if you want to, you should read. 'Cause it's quite a powerful comment from him.
Yeah. Because I was on Pint of Two Shots podcast earlier this week. So I got a message here from Gordon. Hi, Ewan. We met not long making that video about Callum calling him a prick. Do you remember that
On
video?
Buchanan Street, yeah.
On Buchanan
Oh,
Street.
was that him?
Aye,
He was
big
a nice
Gordon
guy.
with the teeth.
Got him. Red rum.
Red rum.
Honestly, the boy could eat an apple through a letterbox. God love him. He was a lovely guy.
Lovely guy. I've just watched Pint and Two Shots about your story about your brother and how you think about him every time Hearts play. The night we met, I told you about my 7-year-old son, Zach, who we lost. I'm the same when Motherwell play, when I'm sitting inside that stadium where my son used to sit next to me every home game. I've kept his season ticket so I can just look to the side and just picture him sitting next to me. That story just got me and couldn't stop crying after hearing your story. I really hope you win the league now so you can dedicate it to your
Well done,
brother.
Gordon.
Well done, pal. Gordon
We love
also has
Gordon.
a charity called Forever 7 in memory
Yes.
of Zach. So if you're ever wanting to look for a lovely cause, Forever 7's a good one.
Forever 7.
And listen, I did say the reason I haven't said very much about my brother who passed away last October is because I just get very emotional. I lost my brother when through a drug overdose, and it's a long, long story. And he was a big Hearts man like me, and we used to go to the games as kids. And then when we couldn't afford to go to the games, we would walk to Gorgate and stand outside Tynecastle just to hear the crowd and to hear the noise in the atmosphere. So we went to semi-finals together, and he would just be, wow, it would be...
See?
I can't even speak without getting upset and emotional. So this league campaign that we're on right now, every single game, I just think of him. It's an emotional roller coaster. I just think of him. He's there with me, and I just wish he was here with me so that we could enjoy this season together. But we lost him last October, so I just hope that we can go on and win the league.
There is something a bit of fate in with that.
I know. I hope.
I
so.
genuinely believe in stuff like that. I think that might be
I
a
hope
thing.
so. It's been a tough year for the family. It's been a tough year for all of us, and I haven't spoke about it publicly. I don't really speak about my private life as such, particularly when it comes to problems within the family with drugs and heroin and all that kind of thing. So we've been through the mill, and we lost him last October. So yeah, that's why I get very emotional when Hearts get ever nearer to winning this league.
And you've done something pretty wonderful by talking about it, because it obviously meant a lot to Gordon.
Yes.
So well, good on you. Well
Sending
done.
our love to you, Gordon. Forever 7.
Forever 7,
Check it
Gordon.
out, genuinely.
Cheers, bud.
And sorry, Gordon, but we might be taking your manager off you. We'll see. Right.
But is that now not happening? Because there's all this rumours about Robbie Keane and Scott Brown.
Scott Brown was there just because he had, as part of his FIFA thing, he has to get some experience
I think
abroad.
he was doing his pro licence, the last part, his pro licence.
So I'm going to ask Mick Kennedy, because you're in the game. You're a manager in the
title-winning manager.
Title-winning manager.
If I'm right in saying 3 titles, 3 league championships in a row?
Yeah.
No bigging you up, right, pal, but come on.
Cheers, mate.
Have you heard anything about what might be happening at Celtic in regards to the next manager?
I mean, I think everybody hears mumblings and rumours. I think it would be an unbelievable appointment. I think if it was me picking the Celtic manager's job, I would get to Jens.
Yeah.
Just simply because he's done so well this year. He now knows the country, knows the standard, knows the league. He's done an unbelievable job in terms of developing players. And I think probably if you look at Celtic's recent recruitment, that's probably a model we need to go back down in terms of getting somebody who can develop players. But that's what Ange was really successful at. I think he'd be a fantastic appointment.
So do you think that because he's worked in Scotland and done so well in Scotland that he is above Robbie Keane for you?
Yeah, I think so. We invited me and Si, and we spent the day with him.
Did he?
We played Motherwell B team in one night, and he came and watched the game, and then he said to Andy Hardy the following day, and we spoke to me, went in and spent the day with him. He's got something about him. He's got an aura about him.
What did you think of him?
He's unbelievable.
Is he?
He let us in the full day. His attention to detail is unbelievable.
Aye.
I would probably say, probably in this country just now, he's the only probably person that works at that level in terms of detail.
Really?
John McGlynn's very similar as well in terms of tactical and stuff like that. But analytics, setup, preparation, frightening, the level of details.
There we go.
Is he a nice guy?
Great guy.
Is he a great guy?
Yeah, carries himself really well. Really, really well. He's just getting on about a wee bit like Ange. He's not a screamer or shouter like even with training stuff like that. Just very methodical how he speaks, but when he speaks, everybody's proper tuned in, listening. He's a great guy, lovely guy. Gave us so much his time as well. It was such
So
a
he
pleasure to spend the
should
day.
go to Celtic.
I think that would be the perfect pick if it was me.
Were you
We'll see.
surprised not to see him in the PFA Manager of the Year shortlist?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
surprised not to see him in it.
Were you surprised you weren't in it?
I know.
No, I was surprised.
I wish you just said yes.
No, I was raging. I'll be on that list next week if I say that. No, certainly not. I wasn't surprised at all.
Right, so weekends. Before we get to the
Oh,
football.
the weekends.
It was my sister's engagement party. We Chloe's getting engaged. Can
she?
you believe it? I know. Chloe.
Congratulations,
Congratulations,
Yes.
Chloe.
Chloe. Are we happy with who she's chosen?
Oh, the lovely Regan. Aye.
Are we happy?
Aye. He's
Really?
not the brightest bulb in the chandelier, but he treats her like a princess, and that's all you need as a big
That's-
brother.
that's the main thing,
Do you know? So
100%.
we were out in Hamilton, and
What of a bulb is he?
he's a dimmer switch. God love him. I love him to bits. But so we had that was Friday night. The amount of people that came up trying to make guests, our mystery guest.
Oh yes.
For it. We had a lot of Bob Malcolms.
A lot of people think it's Bob Malcolm's the mystery guest.
Why?
We had a lot
They
of Bob
do.
Malcolms.
Honestly, loads of people think it's
That's
Bob
really left
Malcolm.
field.
We put a silhouette out and it's somebody bald.
Big Bob's disappeared off it.
I know.
These days.
Where is he?
I don't know. He's in his ice cream
He's
van.
got an ice cream van,
He's got
isn't
an
he?
ice cream van, doesn't he?
Aye,
Aye, so he
aye,
does.
he
I
does.
thought that was a rumour.
No, he definitely
because
does.
they did a thing, an interview with him suddenly. I thought, I'm sure he was leaning
No,
out.
he does,
So no, it's no Bob Malcolm. But that was my Friday night. I went to Millport on Sunday because it was bank holiday. Get to go watch the football in Millport. What a day out Millport is. Honest to God.
It's brilliant.
Oh,
Millport's
my.
amazing.
You get the bus for the ferry, and then it's just a pub crawl.
So you didn't do like the cycle round and all that
Oh
stuff?
no, we
You
drank.
just- You got the pints, right?
Aye. And then we went out to Princess Square to watch the football there with him. Never again. Nearly gets killed.
No, we almost got in a wee bit of bother with some Rangers fans, but
Aye.
they were nice enough at the end to
They
not
were-
cause any bother.
aye.
Because there's no 3 camper men than the 3 of us. That would be a terrible fight. We wouldn't get very far.
See when Rangers hit the bar, we all went,
Hold on a minute. I've got a reputation. I'm from Wesley Hills. Right?
Right, your weekend, Ewan.
What did I do over the weekend? That's a really good question. I was
Oh, you had your thing on Friday night?
I was at Club Tropicana in Glasgow. Have you ever been to Club Tropicana, Mick? Have you not? Oh, you'd love it. You'd love it. You married?
No longer together, but married. Yeah.
Okay. Still, so Club Tropicana is genuinely unbelievable.
Oh,
Still not living my life, but we're no longer together.
Aye, but that's what I'm saying. It's right up your street. It's your age group.
70s, 80s, 90s and noughties
How old
music.
are you, Mick?
46.
Oh, perfect for you, mate.
46.
Sort of the music of the 80s and 90s
Oh,
and 90s.
amazing.
Brilliant night.
And you?
Brilliant.
I had a terrible day of football on Saturday. I play for an amateur team, Mick, sometimes like twice a season. And I know to look at me, you think I'm bad at football. I'm worse than that. Trust
Genuinely
me.
awful.
So I made my long-awaited return to River Nevis on Saturday, their final game of the season, their swan song. Can he go up or down? They're just mid-table. And we got thumped 4-2. And I thought, I know what I'll do to make that better. I'll go watch Kilmarnock v my team, Dundee United, because that'll make it better. And we got thumped 3-0.
I seen that wasn't great either.
Wasn't great. And then yesterday I went out with 2 pals, Neil and Callum. Didn't plan to, went out, had about 6 pints, and I'm feeling terrible today. No as bad as Mick, but I'm not feeling great.
Were you not responsible for Jim Goodwin getting sacked?
No. I think that was one of the nails in the coffin, but I think they'd already started to be put into that coffin. I think. sorry, Jim.
Sorry, Jim.
But no, I don't think I get the blame of it. To be fair, but I certainly don't think it was me.
It was coming, Mick, after that.
But he stayed on after that for a bit, didn't he?
It was one game
One
against
game?
Hibs, beat 6-0,
Oh,
and then...
oh,
and
was
then
it?
was
Then
It
after
turned
that.
sour.
It did turn
Poor Jim.
sour.
But he's doing a good job with you guys.
Doing a
Ewan.
fantastic
Aye.
job.
What did I tell you off? Longest serving manager at United since Jim McLean.
Doing a fantastic
Aye,
job.
Do you
he's
think
great.
he's done a good job there?
I think
Aye.
so. I think he's
Do
done
you
a
not?
good job.
Yeah, no, I think he has done a good job. I'm asking Mick as a manager.
Yeah, no,
When
I think he's done a
but
good
when you
job,
look at Dundee United as a football club, they shouldn't really be finishing below Falkirk, though, Mick. That's my point.
He's had. How is it for you? Have you ever experienced when you have to the turnover of players every summer he's had to deal with? That must be tough because you're not really settling, are you?
No. 16 new
No,
players this season. I
yes,
think it was.
that's difficult.
Aye.
When you're trying to rebuild that culture, rebuild the environment, in terms of playing style, philosophy and stuff like that. I think that's why John's done so well at Falkirk, because he's carried that similar group for the last 3 years,
Aye.
really embedded in philosophy, culture, and I think that's why they've been so successful. He's done. I mean, John McGlynn's an unbelievable manager,
Aye.
coach. I mean,
We
unbelievable.
were sorry to interrupt. We were Craig Levine was sitting where you were a few months ago, and he said when Nancy got the sack, he would have given it to John McGlynn.
It's strange. I think John gets a lot of credit in this country. But in one sense he doesn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of credit for the work he's done at Falkirk, and he fully deserves that. But then you see jobs coming up. When Aberdeen job came up,
Aye, he was touted for it.
Yeah.
And
Perfect
the
fit.
Aberdeen fans were totally against the idea of John McGlynn coming up the road.
But you wonder why?
I don't know what it is.
They've
I
got a
really
chip on their
don't.
shoulder, that's why. All
Yeah.
Aberdeen fans have a
If
chip
John
on their shoulder.
McGlynn was named something like Pep Guardiola, they'd want him in a heartbeat,
Yeah.
because it's John McGlynn. Falkirk, can he wear a baseball cap properly? That's why they don't want him.
Coming for you.
and do you know the thing is,
No, but his baseball cap's always like that.
the players love him.
Yeah,
Oh,
big
they do?
time.
Oh my
So I think
God.
there's two things in management. I think you need to be tactically very astute and get respect on that basis, or the players really need to love you. See, John, he's got both.
What have you got?
Is that why you brought in Si?
That's exactly what I brought. But yeah,
What did you get up to the weekend apart from winning the league?
what did I do at the weekend?
You went to PFAs.
PFAs.
You went out on Saturday night.
Saturday, after the game Saturday, presentation back in East Kilbride. which
Nice.
was
Lovely.
What
The
did
scenes
that
that-
happen at?
good. I
Just
missed,
wait, just-
I missed the presentation.
Did you?
You're joking. How did she miss him? You're the manager.
So went home and I thought, I'll go home, get a quick bite to eat, and then I'll get in the house. And then I think I just thought, let's just chill out and relax for a wee bit. And then by the time I got there, all the awards had been given. Disaster. Absolute disaster.
Of course you did.
You missed the big moment.
Of course you did.
moment.
What was the full-time scenes were like? That looked incredible.
No, it was fantastic.
Was Ali there?
Ali was there.
Aye.
I
Was that Ali McCoy there?
Aye.
Was
So
he?
Paul and James, Ali's best friends with Paul and James, so they grew up with Ali, so they're really close.
They're the
friends.
owners?
Aye, Paul and James own the club, so I was with Ali for a brief period at half time. I just caught up with him very briefly.
Some manner.
Aye, some man.
Right. Before we go to the football, I've got the jokes for you.
Well, I've got a joke for you as well. Hold on. Do you know our pal Jerry Taylor?
Yes.
He sent me a
Celtic
joke.
fan.
Celtic fan. Got a joke for you here.
Oscar in the towns.
Hold on, you ready for this?
Is it all right?
It's all right. Listen, Jerry Taylor. There he is. Can you
Yeah,
get
he's
that?
on the
There we
screen
go.
now,
There we
Aye,
go.
there he is. Nice guy, Jerry.
Some busker in the towns playing ABBA really loud. I can hear the drums Fernando's.
That's good.
That's very good, Jeff.
Aye, very good. Right, the first one comes from Ronnie Charters Senior.
We love Ronnie Charters.
dad?
My dad.
He's a good man.
What's the joke?
The joke is, where are we? The two biggest liars in the world are sitting having a pint together. One says to the other, "I've just climbed Mount Everest," and the other one says, "I know, I saw you."
Yes.
Sorry, Dad, that's you. Never again. You've embarrassed me. That's terrible. John, no, what are we got? Robbie and Bigger. Robert and Bigger. Robbie and Bigger. He's a Celtic fan. He was the one who gave us the graveyard joke.
Oh,
A
so
few
good.
weeks ago. That was a good
Yes. So he's got another
good.
graveyard joke.
Go on. What's it with him and Graves?
So, Robbie Brown, Celtic fan from Bigger. Man is walking his dog through a graveyard when he sees a man crouching by a tombstone. "Morning," said the dog walker. The man replied, "No, just having a shite."
Well done,
That's
Robert.
2 for 2, Robbie.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know where the name comes from, but he's a big jambo. It's on
find it for you.
Instagram. You
Oh,
can
you
find
found
it for us. So, a horse is having a pint with a donkey. The horse says, "I've won the Derby, Oaks, St Leger, the Grand National and the Gold Cup. Did you know?" The donkey says, "That's nothing," and shows him a picture of a zebra on his phone. "Who's that?" says the horse. "That's me when I played for Juventus."
That's really good.
Oh, we
so
liked
good.
that one. We liked that one.
Love
Who was
that.
that by again?
Oh, it's taking me forever to find
Right,
it.
we'll
Keep
find-
talking.
we will give you a shout out, whoever you are, my friend. Right,
David McClure,
Davey,
Hearts fan.
Hearts fan.
Well
Davey
done,
McClure.
Davey.
And Davey, you imagine, is on the sauce tonight
Oh,
because
100%.
let's get to it then. Rangers against Hearts at Gorgie, and it finishes Hearts 2, Rangers 1. Ewen Cameron, your initial post-match reaction.
Well, what is it? It's 8:45 on a Monday night. So we're, an hour and 50 minutes away since full time. Excuse me, I've lost my voice, you can hear. It was an emotional rollercoaster ride. That first half, Rangers were so good, really good.
Best I've seen him in a long while.
Yeah, and they controlled the game. They had us on the ropes. And then in the second half, I don't know what Derek McInnes has said to the team, but he's made a tweak, and the boys will back me up here, but I actually called it. I
You did.
says he needs
Yeah,
to
you
bring
said it.
he needs to bring Spittle on and get Chesnikov off and go man for man in midfield, because I just thought that our two, Beningame and Leonard, were getting outrun by Chikwani, Raskin and Diomande. So he brings-
Diomande was brilliant in that first
Oh,
half.
he was outstanding. And he had the run of the game, and so did Chikwani. He was kind of dictating things as well. So Blair Spittle comes in and gives a bit more steel in midfield, and we were outstanding in that second half. We actually, over the course of the game, I think we deserved to win it because we just didn't let Rangers rest. I mean, we were pressing them high, we were stealing the ball off them. They ran out of ideas, did Rangers. And when that ball comes across from Kingsley and it gets to Shankland, there's no other player in the league that you'd want in that position.
It's on his weaker foot.
It wasn't his weaker foot.
But did you see the finish, Mick?
Unbelievable coming across his weak side. Unbelievable
Aye,
finish.
but see when the ball's coming across, you're thinking he's going to score this, don't you?
100%. You're right. I think he's the only centre forward in the
Scotland.
country who scores that. 100%.
Aye. And
Do you believe the difference between the first and second half?
The only thing I would say about the first half, I thought Rangers dominated territorially, but you actually think of chances.
Yeah.
Didn't really create a lot of chances in the
yeah,
game. to be
Schwallow
fair.
didn't really make any
Didn't
sense,
really
did
have any
he?
saves to make. And then Derek obviously earned his crust at half time, made the changed the shape.
But I'm going to ask you as a manager, right? So I'm going to put you in Danny Roll's shoes right now. You go in.
Better be quick.
Aye. You go in at half time. You've dominated, as you say, but without really creating that many chances. But you've dominated. You've got Hearts pinned back. You go and 1-0 up. What's he said?
I mean, I think because the first half was so good in terms of territory, I think he's probably re-emphasising just to try and stick to the same structure, same process. But then when Dell makes the change, I think you then need to react to the change.
He's so
But
slow to
you're
react.
cages, though.
And that, I think that was the problem, because that was a change in dynamic in the game. It was definitely Dell making the change. That definitely changed the whole game.
So why would the manager take so long to then react to that change when you can see within the first 10 minutes Hearts were all over them?
That's a big question. I think recently Rangers have really struggled to string a real strong 90 minutes together.
The previous 2 games, it was the first 45 where they blew away by Falkirk and Motherwell.
Yeah.
But when they start this time when you think, okay, right, they might have a 90 in them, because you've never really seen them drop off in the second half like that. But by Christ, he was so slow to react to what Dell did. Scavolison.
Oh.
We were in the pub. There was hundreds of Rangers fans on us, right? I was shouting with him, get him off! Genuinely. I was like, what are you doing?
I was on the Hearts fan in this pub. We're in Glasgow. Where were we again?
The clubhouse in
The
Princess
clubhouse
Oh,
in
yeah,
Princess
yeah,
Square.
Princess
Aye,
It's lovely, nice place.
So we're up there. We met Tam Cowan. He was in there as well.
was.
So I think it was only myself and Tam Cowan, Ronnie and Callum that were in the Rangers fans.
We were in the away end, trust me. It was getting away
There
bit
was
hostile.
loads of Rangers fans in there, and listen, it was good banter, and they were all fine and everything, and they all came up to me afterwards, went, "Congratulations, hope you're going to win the league now." But I just couldn't believe how poor Rangers were in that second half, because I was worried at half time. I
Yeah,
said
you
to the
were.
boys, I was really worried.
It's the quietest I've ever seen you in 6 years of knowing you.
Yeah, I felt I feared the worst, Mick. But you being a manager, I can't quite understand why it takes a manager so long to react to what Hearts have done.
I mean, I think the thing is that when you even look at the first 30 minutes of the second half, there was nothing really positive in the game for Rangers to get any sort of hope that the dynamics were going to change. It was just constant pressure for Hearts, constant and just more aggressive, more on the front foot. But I think just the change had to be made, matching up the middle of the pitch, and I think that was such a significant moment for Dell. Listen, that could be the defining moment in the title race.
It definitely could, 100%. Would you say Rangers are out of it now?
Yeah, I think yes, I think they'll struggle to get
7
back in.
points
Now,
with
7
9
points, but three
left,
games to go. Yeah,
Done.
I can't see Rangers.
Is Danny Rowe going to be the Rangers manager next season?
He seems to think he's.
I think he's gone.
I don't think he's in danger. I think the
Telling you.
Rangers fans are beginning to turn. You've seen that today. He's in trouble, but I don't think he gets the sack in the summer. You've just given the guy 40 million quid or so of a squad to build to play with. You don't sack him in the summer.
I said 2 months ago, I think he doesn't last if he doesn't win the league. And now we know that if Rangers had won the league, they're definitely in the Champions League. So there's £40 million they've missed out on. He doesn't survive this.
I think they'll keep him simply because I know I don't think they're going to win the league, but it has actually turned the season around to a point where they're actually competing to win the league.
Poor though, Mick. You've just said it yourself, mate.
Yeah,
but then
They're a poor side.
But it's also not entirely his team. He came in, inherited a bin fire.
Ronnie, I said it last week. I said it the week before. The boy's a shite manager.
Right, okay.
He came for Sheffield Wednesday. He's not good enough for Rangers. And I'm glad he's at Rangers
What I will
because
say
he's had
is-
a half-decent manager now. They might be winning
What
the
I
league.
will say that a lot of Rangers fans are beginning to agree with you.
Yeah.
And in their droves, because you give a Rangers manager the chance to win the title, the chance to get automatic Champions League qualification, and in the first 2 games of the split, you produce 2 separate 45-minute performances that are what they did. He was building it up as this is a cup final. Here we go. This is the cup final.
Aye.
The mentality of that team. I mean, we had it at the beginning of the game. Tynecastle was rocking. You had Kenny Rogers, whatever it was, doing that whole "This is a story." Right, but then they clamped it down straight away. I thought, right,
They
okay.
did.
But then as soon as Hearts went man for man in the middle of the park, put a bit of pressure on, the Rangers kind of got their own half.
Yeah, they did collapse. What do you make of Derek McInnes and the job he's done at Hearts, Mick?
unbelievable. It's honestly unbelievable. Like, I mean, again, I probably don't think Dell's probably done enough credit for what he's done. Listen, I know probably Celtic and Rangers are not the strongest this season, but to come in and do the job he's done, the fact of being at the top of the league for so long,
September.
it's astonishing the job he's done. And I think they're favourites to go on and win it.
So we've got 3 games left. This is going to be mad.
aye.
So next up, it is the Old Firm on the Sunday.
Yes.
But the night before, Hearts take on Motherwell
Fir Park.
at Fir Park.
It's 8 o'clock kickoff.
You've just heard what the big man said about Jens. How much are you panicking now?
I mean, that'll be a really difficult
Oh,
game.
my days.
Really, just because of how Yen sets up, that'll be a really, really difficult game for Hearts. But if they can win that, then what pressure it puts on the Old Firm game.
Yeah. Do you think Hearts win the league now, Mick?
I think they win the league.
Do you?
Yeah, generally, honestly, I think they win the league. I think what Celtic have done remarkably well under Martin over the last few months is they've managed to continuously grind results out. But at some point it will catch up to them in those 3 games. I can't see Celtic winning those 3 games.
What's impressed you most about Hearts this season?
I mean, there was this big sort of hurry about Tony Bloom coming in, the money was invested in. But if you actually look at the group that Dell's sitting top of the league with, the majority of them are Scottish players.
Aye.
I don't think a lot of that's been the impact of Tony Bloom coming in and investing his money or the data and stuff like that. I think what Dell's managed to do is get every bit of inch out of those players he could. He's done an unbelievable job.
I was saying to the boys today, you look at that back four, you've got Harry Milne who came in for Partick, you've got Halkett from Livingston, Finlay for Kilmarnock, and then you've got the boy at right back. Could be anyone, Steinbinder who's a centre back, or you could have Altena who came in from the second division in Holland. McEntee who came in from League One in England. McCart as well. I mean, what he's been able to do with those players to get them to play as a unit, and the togetherness, you can see it at full time in every game. Yeah. It's what a job the boys done.
I think what he's also done is, obviously Dell's a fantastic player himself and was a very successful Rangers team for a period as well. I think what he's managed to do is use his experience of being through those situations, and any time there's faced any degree of adversity, he's always come out and spoke very positively. I'm sure he spoke that behind the scenes, and he's managed them through those difficult moments. I think those difficult moments, he's been integral in terms of getting the group through them.
Can I ask you, I don't know what team you support, Mick, but do you think, as someone who works in Scottish football, Hearts winning the league is good for Scottish football? Do you want that for Scottish football?
Yeah, well, yeah. I think it's fantastic for Scottish. I think it's needed at times, because I think what happens is, so if you look at under any normal circumstances, if Celtic had such a poor season, in theory, Rangers would be expected to win the league.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So it's always those two. It's always based on those two. And I think what happens is when Celtic have such dominance, complacency starts to set in the other part of the city. And you need both Celtic and Rangers at the absolute strongest for Scottish football. Champions League money that also drips through the full of the country.
Yeah.
Every league benefits from that. So it's critically important that both Celtic and Rangers are really strong. And but this season, what Hearts have then done is brought in that different dynamic. And I think it'd be fantastic for Scottish football.
Do you know what's impressed me most about Hearts this year? When we missed Devlin and Shankland for 2 months, we stayed top of the league.
Unbelievable.
Our two best players up to that point. And you see Shankland today, not just his goal, but his work rate, how he holds the ball up, spins in behind defenders, his little flicks here, there. He's such an intelligent footballer. He's actually got better with age. And to think this time last year, there was all this talk about Shankland leaving in the summer, and he waited until the last minute to see if Rangers would come knocking on his door, because he did want to go to Rangers. Yeah. And Russell Martin said no. Russell Martin said no. He could have been in a Rangers jersey today at Tynecastle, but Russell Martin said no. And every Rangers fan knows that, and they'll be watching that today going, he could have been our player.
Well, if you look at Celtic Rangers this year, both of them have struggled at the top end of the pitch.
Yeah.
That's been one of the biggest issues. None of them have had a recognised number 9, who you could, when an opportunity comes, you could hang your hat on them.
Is Shankland the best player in the league? I mean, I know Braga, but in regards to a striker,
he's the best centre forward in the league by country distance.
Is he?
I don't think there's even a question of that. Yeah, genuinely, there's no even. Shankland. Steve Clark was there today. Shankland should be our starting striker for the World Cup.
Do you start for Scotland?
I would start him for Scotland. I don't think he will under Steve, though, to be fair. I think he'll go with Adams, but I think he would start in Scotland for me.
I think he's the best striker Scotland have got.
And with him and Braga together, what a duo.
Braga can't play for Scotland.
No, I know. but this season, those two together, they've just hit it off from day one.
So you're 3 points clear. Let's play the imaginary calculator game here, right? Next week, Motherwell Hearts.
I've said for a while now, I think that Celtic don't beat Rangers at Celtic Park.
Let's start with Motherwell Hearts.
We don't lose.
So you draw then?
We just don't lose. I don't know what happens. I genuinely don't know what happens. I fear that game. There was the 2 games that I feared, was away to Hibs and away to Motherwell, because I just thought the Rangers game just looks after itself. Same with Celtic away from home. The big game for me was Hibs and then Motherwell away. We've done Hibs. We've now done Rangers. Now Motherwell's our next big test. And the thing with Motherwell, which is why I have a big fear, is that Jens wants to beat Hearts. He's beaten Rangers.
Of course he does.
He's beaten Celtic.
Motherwell should have beaten Hearts already this season.
Totally, Tynecastle. But last game at Tynecastle, they should have been out of sight before Hearts won at 3-1 late on. So Jens will have the bit between his teeth. He'll want to get that under his belt and beat Hearts at Fir Park. But I think what a massive incentive it is for Hearts to go to that game knowing that if they win that game, they've got a chance to win the league under the floodlights against Falkirk on the Wednesday.
Well, that's if Celtic don't beat Rangers.
You don't. You don't beat Rangers. I'm telling you, Rangers end your title ambitions next week. Celtic's title is over at Celtic Park when Rangers beat you.
Rangers are going to beat Celtic.
Rangers will beat Celtic.
Mick, your thoughts?
Wonder how I've sat here a long time for this guy. You wonder, I know.
Because if you look at all the previous games between Rangers and Celtic, Rangers, apart from one half of football, have been the better side. Remember that one half with Wilfred Nancy, where Celtic should have been out of sight in the first half?
I think the second half, when Celtic made it 2 each at Ibrox, they were no bad.
Yeah, to come back from 2-0 down. But my
They're
point,
two very poor teams, Ewan.
I think Rangers don't lose that game, but I think they beat Celtic, and then Hearts can win it against Falkirk.
I'm honestly only sitting on the fence, but I think it'll be a draw.
That plays into Hearts' hands.
I generally think it'll be a draw. I don't think MD. I know the emotions of a Celtic fan and Rangers fan, you would obviously want to back your team, but I don't MD would back either of them.
No,
No,
they're two
you're
poor
right.
teams, Ewan.
Are Hearts like red hot favourites for you now?
They are for me 100%, yeah.
How do you think Hearts will win it? You've not talked about what you think. Are Hearts going to win the league? Please take longer.
Listen,
It's
you just said it. You said it in the video at the pub. You do think they're going to win the league. You just don't want to say it.
my emotions are all over the place just because I've said this before. 40 years ago, I was there in Gorgie Road, waiting for the team to come back to
Love
Dens
Albert
Park.
Kidd. What a guy, Albert Kidd. I love him. Brilliant. Go on, Albert.
But my fear of saying that we will win the league is because of what happened in '86. Because you can never really say Celtic are out of it. As much as I think Rangers get a result at Celtic Park, would it surprise me if Celtic got a result? No, it wouldn't. And then you go, shit, is it going to come back to haunt us again? 40 years on, the spirit of '86, is it coming back to haunt us?
And this is where this will come back and haunt Celtic, is that they had a chance to go out in January and get a number 9 and score goals. They're limping over the line at every game. They're winning by a goal, maybe a couple of goals if they're at home.
You've said all along that Hearts will win it.
I've no doubts. I genuinely am not. After today, but this Celtic team aren't good enough for me. And the greatest irony for this Celtic board will be if Hearts win this on goal difference. Because Celtic had the chance in January to go buy a striker, and where is he? They had a chance to buy a goal-scoring left winger, where is he? Or another striker, where is Adamu? Where are they all? I can see this going, the final game of the season, Celtic Hearts are 3 points clear. And I can see Hearts winning. They might not win that game,
but win on goal difference.
They win, and then with that note, I'm going to get stick for this. Trust me, from my household especially. 40 years on from the spirit of '86. Can you imagine if Hearts then win it in goal difference this time round?
We get a revenge 40 years
What's
later.
the goal difference just now?
5.
Yeah, Celtic don't turn the goal difference.
They don't turn around 5 goals.
Not in 3 games. I don't see them.
If it
turning
stays
5
at
goals
5,
in 3 games.
Celtic need to beat Hearts 3-0.
If you can guarantee me that Hearts win the league by goal difference at Celtic Park, I would take that in a heartbeat.
Of course you would.
I'd be like, get it right. See that spin of E6? See that spin of E6? Yes!
There's a beat.
Yeah, I've read
Can I
it
tell you
down
another
there.
thing as well that I'm going to call you out for to make you look really stupid? See when you did that big George Michael rant in your motor about the post-split fixtures? Do you remember this? Have you seen this?
I've seen
Where
it,
he's sitting there, oh, it's a conspiracy or a piss.
It's a good impression, to be fair.
I said to you all along, the best thing that can happen to Hearts is have their most difficult game last. You've got Celtic last. You're going to manage to put together a run of results in this top 6 that means that when you get to that Celtic game when you were greeting and moaning, it might not even matter.
Yeah, because we're winning it at home against Falkirk.
Do you know what I mean? So this is what I mean. It made you look like an absolute fud.
At the time,
Fud's fine.
At the time, I was correct because it has been over the years. The team at the top of the table when they announce a split fixtures.
But I'm just talking about, I'm not going to get back to rehashing
No.
that. But this has worked in your favour because
It has.
If you played that Celtic game first and get beat, for instance, then the pressure's back on you.
Correct.
Not that you would do.
No, I hear what you're saying. I
So,
hear what you're saying.
Next up,
Should we go just round the room very quickly? Who's going to win the league? I'll say Hearts. Mick, you're going with Hearts.
No reason I say Hearts as well, which I think is quite an important factor. If you look at Rangers squad and Celtic squads in normal circumstances, both of them would be letters with people who have been in this situation. Tail end of the season, big games, take it over the line. I mean, Celtic have got Tierney, McGregor. When you look really round about that in terms of leadership, who have been in the changing room, who have been in these situations time and time again. I don't think either of those two groups have that. And nor do Hearts, to be fair. But I think that would be a really important factor. If I looked at Celtic, that team's full of serial winners who have been through difficult title races.
I think
They
what
don't have that.
Hearts have got over both Celtic and Rangers is a team mentality, a togetherness that Celtic and Rangers could only dream of. That, in my opinion, I don't think Celtic and Rangers got that.
Maeda, Engels, most of them are thinking about the summer.
But they want to go.
That's what I'm saying. Most of them are already checked out.
Aye.
I'm not saying the boys don't want to win the league, because when you're professional, you 100% win the league. But I mean, Hearts are just totally together, focused.
And Engels was pissed off he didn't get his move to Nottingham Forest in January, and I get that and I understand
100%.
that. Maeda didn't get his move to Wolfsburg in Germany last summer, so he's been in the huff for much of the season. Now he's turned it around in the last 2 or 3 games. He's come back to kind of some form. But he picked up an injury against Hibs, and I don't know if that's a big injury or a...
Yeah, so Hibs won, Celtic 2. Maeda, the difference maker, I'd say.
Again.
But he did limp off.
It looked bad, actually.
Aye, without a boot.
Off, because it actually looked pretty bad.
You could see the sort of bruising around the ankle.
Do you think it's a riddle, Mick?
It looked bad, to be fair. Look at it did look really bad,
Yeah.
to be fair. It looked really bad.
You also, who's your stupid pal with the voice notes?
Which one?
Who gave...
Oh, Scott.
I said last week, right, when you look at Celtic and you look at Rangers, take Shankland and Hearts out of the equation. In terms of natural goal-scoring strikers on their day, Ian Atchell was better than anything Rangers have. I think he showed that again on Saturday and Sunday.
I think you're correct.
I mean, he's no fit, obviously.
But
he
it's
would
a
play now.
natural goal scorer.
He won them a Scottish Cup semi-final
Yeah.
when he came on.
Yeah.
He's won them 3 points here. He won them 3 points at Dens.
Yeah,
So
Kelly as well.
I don't think this squad have got enough to win the next 3 games. But he's certainly helping them out big time.
What do you think, Mick?
I mean, if you look at his goal at the weekend, the
ability.
composure he shows in such a congested area to bring it down his chest and put it in the bottom corner. He's the one at the top end of the pitch with real quality. But for some reason, obviously Martin said publicly a couple of times that he doesn't believe he
can't trust
He said
he's fit enough.
is he fit enough, Martin? Well, let's just say I wouldn't like to see him run a marathon. You're in a title race.
It's madness.
Listen, I think Hearts will win the league. I do. Is it over yet? No. But
if Celtic beat Rangers and we don't get a result against Motherwell,
then it's on.
it's on.
It's a last day shootout.
Yeah.
Because I think...
But what a chance for Hearts
But
on
then
the
you
Saturday
get-
night to put the pressure on both Celtic and Rangers on the Sunday.
100%.
Hearts
Celtic
get-
have got Motherwell as well.
Yeah, you
Just-
can't forget that.
at
You
Fir
can't
Park.
forget that, yeah.
Took the words out of my mouth. Wednesday night under the lights at Fir Park.
We went to the last game, me and Si at Fir Park that night, and Motherwell battered Celtic.
Or the 2-0 game.
Oh, battered.
Were they good?
Outstanding. Celtic just couldn't cope with the shape. Battered them in possession. I wouldn't be confident Celtic going to Motherwell and winning either. I certainly wouldn't be either. I generally wouldn't.
I mean, Gordon Duncan from Super Scoreboard was at that game. He's a Motherwell fan. Said it's the best East Motherwell
They
played in
were,
his lifetime.
they were unbelievable that night.
The only thing about Motherwell, like your boys McGinn and O'Donnell and that, who's coming to the end of their seasons, but as I said last week, looking like prime Baresi just now at centre back.
But then they've only won 1 out of 7.
And against Rangers.
It's mad.
Which kind of derailed their league campaign.
Yeah.
With that defeat really cost Rangers, didn't it? Because they had a wee bit of momentum behind them, banging in the goals.
Back-to-back defeats in
But
this top
back-to-back
6.
defeats has just killed
killed
them.
them. It's now Operation Stop the Double. That's what my mates are texting me. It's just stop Celtic winning the double. They think they've won the Scottish Cup.
Yeah, against Dunfermline.
Operation Stop the Double next week.
When do we get to talk about Jamie McGrath? Because that was incredible.
This is why you need VAR. Because I don't think that's David Dickinson's fault. To see that in real time, that tackle.
Well, even Chris Sutton said it's a yellow card. Nobody in real time. Nobody thought it was
yeah,
a red
yeah.
card.
In real
You're
time,
right.
yeah.
Fair play to,
Yeah.
to but what does he think now? He's a manager, right? When you've had 3 games and had 4 red cards, what do you say to your team?
No, it's a mad decision. Crazy decision.
And
Crazy decision.
it has dragged them right back into a scrap with Falkirk.
Aye.
For
What was
first place.
McGrath thinking? You've been a player, Mick. You're a manager. You speak to your players beforehand. You must be pulling your hair out.
Oh no, David would have been. I mean,
Don't say
obviously-
David by pulling his hair out, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I actually seen a clip of that. To be fair, Scotty Allen said that. Aye, and then somebody tweeted out the day what he said. There was a photo of David being not heard him say. So I put it in the group chat.
But what's he thinking, McGrath?
I don't know what he's thinking, to be honest with you. He's obviously not thinking. I think that's part of the problem, to be fair.
And he kind of knew because he jumped up and he went over and tapped the boy on the shoulder. It was Alistair Johnston. He kind of knew, didn't he? And he didn't really complain, did he?
No, you can't. I mean, it's high and it's violent conduct. See the
Also,
foul play.
it's in the middle of the like on the 20th, 18th minute. Why are you making
Alistair
that tackle
Johnston's
there?
luck after coming back from injury
Aye.
since October, lucky
Yeah,
going away from it.
100%.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was.
He makes a difference.
They've
doesn't
got
he?
a
make
right
a
back
difference.
finally again.
Yeah.
He does
First
make a
start
difference.
since August, I think the commentator said during the game.
Well,
for
you know how
Alistair
important he
Johnston.
is because they brought him back really quickly. Started when he's only had one substitute appearance before
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Right back in the team.
Well,
And creates an assist. He's had the same amount of assists as Terekti. He's not played since October. So I'm saying.
It's a great
Stat, that.
I'm telling
It's
you.
an unbelievable stat.
It's mad.
He's the best fullback in the country.
I agree.
See, when he's on his game, he's
Yes.
the best fullback in the country. And he proved that again against Hibs at Easter Road, because you look at the football to get round the back and get the crossover to Maid, and he's there to tap it in.
I don't want this to be a massive thing, talking about the Joe Newell handball, because it didn't make huge amount of difference in the end.
I can understand. I love Mick. I love giving it tight to the referees. Week in and week out, I love giving it to them. And thankfully, I don't need to go to football stadiums, because I think I'd be getting banned here, there and everywhere. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt with this one. I can see why they thought it was inconclusive from different angles. A bit like the one with Man United and Liverpool. There was different angles where it showed it did hit his hand or it didn't hit his hand. But they've only got 3 or 4 looks at it. They can't keep delaying it in slow motion and zooming in and zooming out like what we can do online and on the telly.
I think Sky showed a different angle as well.
Yes, it did.
That I don't think the referees had.
Which sometimes doesn't help them.
Doesn't help them.
That's part of the problem.
And
Completely.
I think it hits his forearm. It hits his sleeve, which is not the arm, and then I think it brushes his forearm, but it doesn't hit the wrist, and then it hits his forearm, and then it bounces off his thigh. But I understand why they've given it as a benefit of the doubt. And it's a bit like what what's his name was saying last night, Alan Shearer, your Micah Richards, your Gary Neville's, your Jamie Carragher's. They don't want to see goals being disallowed for stuff like that, like the Man United game I'm getting at. And that's very similar to what happened with Joe Newell.
But it's in the rules.
But no, it's in the rules. That's my point. Oh no, that's my point. But I do I think the referees got a lot of stick for that, when I don't think they deserve the stick that they got, because I do think there's an argument to be had where you could argue that it's inconclusive. So what do we want? If you're not 100% sure, the goal has to stand.
No. I think I've been booked 13 times this season.
Have you?
That's incredible.
What?
13 times.
For your mouth?
Yeah.
Because you're not quick enough to make
I
it.
thought you'd let Sai do all that.
No. Well, so what happens now? If you're not in control of the dugout, you get booked as well.
Oh,
so
right,
if there's
okay.
a bit of stramash and they can't identify somebody, they just go to the manager. I'm definitely the most booked
How
manager.
many fines are you going to be?
I probably ever in history, if you probably look back at your professional football, I bet you I'm the highest.
So,
ever.
right,
100%.
if an East Kilbride
100%.
player, your season's finished now, you're league champions. If an East Kilbride player has 13 bookings on his, how many fines is he getting across the season?
Oh, it's pretty significant. pretty significant.
Yeah.
30 times.
But it's the fourth official's fault, isn't it?
He's speaking about referees, to be fair. But I think you're right. But even if you look down south, they've got so much more money invested in VAR, so the level of the investment in VAR, but they still get it wrong every week as well. Every week as well. So subjective.
I said to someone today, we give our referees a hard time up here, and I think deservedly so as well at times. But then I was watching the Champions League. There's some of the decisions in the Champions League
100%.
made our referees look amazing
Exactly,
in
mate.
comparison to what was going on in the Champions League, Europe's premier competition. Semi-finals of the Champions League, and some of the decisions over both games were horrific. And then you look at down south in the Premier League with the better technology, more cameras, and they make just as bad, if not worse, mistakes than we see here in Scotland. So I do think we live in this goldfish bowl that the referees are rubbish and they're not going to the World Cup because they're rubbish. Yes, I think they deserve the criticism that they get, but I do think on Saturday I do have sympathy with the referees with that decision with Joe Newell.
What do you think the show what Willie does with Gordon?
I'm not a fan of the Willie show.
What about you?
I went to school with Willie.
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, Willie's a year above me.
You went to school with Willie?
No way.
Yeah.
What team did he support? No, I'm joking.
I'll give you a hint, right? He went to Sacred Heart Primary, and then he went to St Mungo's.
So Partick this way.
Maybe what that
Oh,
for
love
yourself,
it.
to be fair.
I don't think the VAR show helps them.
No,
It's not their fault.
sorry. What was he like in school?
The exact same way as just.
Did you look the same?
He looked the exact same.
Does he?
It was always one of those, like, we all played football. He was a referee for as far back as I could remember.
He refereed the football.
Yeah,
Even when you were playing.
At school, he was a referee from a very, very young age. Like, you always knew he was going to
go
be a
there.
referee.
Yeah.
He was so focused on
The same Nick Walsh was at my school.
Yeah.
We always knew Nick was going to be a referee all the time.
How do you know you're going to be a referee at such a young age?
Well,
I
they
don't
just-
get
they
that.
were- you could-
Who grows up wanting to be a referee?
Ah, very good. But you could that's what they put their time into, and they were very good at it.
right,
You could tell that. I mean, amateur football. You can tell the referees that are there because they're basically shit at football, and you can tell the referees that are there because they're actually good at refereeing.
That's why you need to unfortunately start after the
You know what I mean?
So, what do you think of the VAR show? Would you get rid of it
I don't think it helps.
at all?
No, I don't think. I understand the premise behind it. I understand, obviously, why Wally does it, because he wants to bring some kind of perspective to it. But I don't think it helps.
The
Do
problem.
you think it makes it worse?
I think it makes it worse. I mean, what I find difficult about it as well is how Wally's relationship is with the referees as well, because obviously he leads that organisation, he leads that department, and a lot of the time when he's in camera, he's picking up faults and mistakes that he sees as very clearly a mistake. So then, a lot is very, very subjective at times, but I don't think it helps.
I think it's such a. You don't know what it's going to be like in that VAR room doing that job, right? It must be horrendous.
Oh, the pressure.
But then,
Yeah.
But we've got the hindsight of seeing so many. They have to make a decision so quickly.
Yeah.
But then for your audio to then be heard constantly and traipsed over.
Yeah.
I don't think it helps. No.
Which is a shame
But
because I think the intentions are pure.
Yeah.
100%.
No, I agree with you 100%.
It's transparency. To be fair to Willie Collum, I mean, I would love him to do an interview with us a bit more, but he's up there fronting it. The problem is, I think the genie's out the bottle, because if they cancel it now,
The sailors are covered
What
up.
have you got to
it's a
hide?
cover-up, yeah, 100%.
so I think we're stuck with it.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, across the world, referees are no perfect. I'm glad this decision. I don't want this title to be determined. Can you imagine if Hibs won that game and that was the decision that caused?
Well,
it would
thankfully
cause anarchy.
thankfully
That's what I mean.
it didn't, yeah.
I'm hoping if it's a Hearts title win, I'm hoping it's because there's no major referee and it's because Hearts deserve the title.
Loads of people tweeted me after that, what if conceding that goal cost us the league? And on goal difference, my reply to that was, well, you had how many minutes to score, how many
100%.
goals against 10 men?
Yeah.
You can look at it both ways.
If Celtic didn't win that game, it wasn't Joe Newell, the referee's fault.
Correct.
And this has been the problem their whole season.
But
Yes.
the scrutiny up here because of Celtic Rangers now in England. There was a bit of debate about Sesko yesterday
Aye.
in Humboldt. Now that will not be spoken about today.
No,
That's gone already.
that's gone, you're
They-
right.
Talk about that.
But do you know this is running all week now?
That'll run.
Aye.
Especially because Joe Newell was the one before the game saying,
Yeah.
we are not lying down to Celtic. We've got a European spot to play for.
Yeah.
He's playing volleyball in the box. Come on, big man.
so that'll run. It's just it's the rivalry between Celtic and Rangers. It's unmatched anywhere else in
It's
the
that's
world.
so true, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so the scrutiny it brings in those decisions, it's so significant.
Hibs didn't bother. They could lose out in European football. Falkirk 2 points behind. They play each other next.
Where is that game, Ronnie?
In Falkirk.
Is it in Falkirk?
I don't think it
Is
says...
David Gray in bother?
No.
Is David Gray in bother, Mick?
No, I think David will get. I think David Gray will definitely get another year. I think he'll definitely.
Definitely. There's a lot of talk of the Hibs fans before the game, the mentality of we want Celtic to win. We kind of have Hearts winning the title. We did see a lot of cheering in the home end after Iheanacho's goal. I think they were Celtic fans, though. I think we need to take that with a pinch of salt. I don't think it was all... Hibs fans weren't... There was a lot of Celtic fans in the home end.
Have you seen the Celtic fan who works on a podcast pretending to be a Hibs fan on the BBC and Sky?
I did see that,
Did see that,
And what you're supposed to do if you're BBC or Sky, you don't know. The
You
boys
don't
winning
know.
Hibs, what are you supposed
Because
to do?
you had a ticket for the home end. So who's going to say I am a Celtic fan?
Right, so state of play. Hearts, 3 points clear with 3 games to go. Next up, Motherwell, Hearts, Celtic and Rangers. And then it's... I'm not going to bother reading out the Rangers result because they're kind of out of it. It's then Hearts, Falkirk, Motherwell, Celtic before the final day, May 16th, Celtic, Hearts.
Where do Hearts win the league, Mick? You think the Hearts are winning it? Where do we win it?
I think they'll win it at Falkirk. I get home at Falkirk.
I think they win it on the Wednesday night. I think Celtic beat Rangers. Hearts beat Motherwell. Celtic slip up at Fir Park.
And Hearts beat Falkirk.
And do you know why I think that the Celtic Motherwell game will be absolutely pivotal? Because, I mean, I've no doubt Jens definitely deserves a move. He'll not be in Scotland next year unless it's a Celtic job. He'll definitely get a move. I don't think there's any denying that. But I think he would want the Celtic job.
I know for a fact he wants a
Well,
Celtic
there you
job.
go. So I think for him that game carries such significance in terms of his own career.
The final score, Motherwell 0, Celtic 5.
From the total optimal perspective, not in terms of lying down. No, I don't in terms of lying down.
Peter Lowell in the showers. You've got the job like Neil Lennon at the Scottish Cup final.
But I just mean in terms of, again, I mean, it could have a really negative impact on Celtic winning the league. I don't know how the Celtic fans would take him in the summer.
But
If that got some...
Celtic signed Scott McDonald after he did Helicopter Sunday.
Well, there you
That's
go.
true. You did say a few weeks ago that what did you say again? It was about Askew and Motherwell, and you says, look,
can Celtic hire a manager from a team that finishes fifth?
No. My point, the point you made, which I think is a really good point. You said to the Motherwell fans, enjoy this manager and this team right now because it's going to be broken up in the summer. There's so many good players in there.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if they held on to like your Maswinisis of this world and your
Just.
Elijah Just and your Elliot Watt. I mean, what a team they are.
Mm-hmm. Jens is very interested in the Celtic job.
Yeah.
He would like to speak to Michael Nicholson.
Where do you think Hearts win the league? You've still not said Hearts win the league.
Falkirk. I agree with Mick. And I think Hearts will win the league now.
Will you go to that game? You've not been to a Hearts game all season. Would you go to the Hearts?
You know the reason why.
No, I know, but would you go to Hearts Falkirk?
I don't know. If it's more or less in the can, then yes, I will go. But there's a reason why I'm not going. But I don't get into it.
Kenny Rogers will be back out though, won't he? 100%.
He's getting a medal.
He was giving it full boona. Right,
Yeah,
okay.
He was.
Done. Hearts winning the league.
Hearts winning the league.
Right, we'll be back after the break with the rest of the Premiership fixtures as well as a look down the lower league because there's plenty to talk about in the Championship, League One and of course League Two. The STV Radio Football Show is brought to you by CR Smith. CR Smith Windows and Doors have been going for over 50 years. That's an incredible amount of experience. They offer great finance rates so you can get the best product for your home at an affordable rate. CR Smith have over 150 iconic vans across the country. Find the back of the net and head to crsmith.co.uk to get the highest quality windows and doors with the most flexible ways to buy. Now it's time for the STV Radio Football Show.
The STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by CR Smith.
Thank you, as always, to CR Smith. OK, we're back. Let's look at the rest of the Premiership. We'll touch on Motherwell because we were talking about Jens. I mean, there's such a conundrum. Got to give credit to John McGlynn. Tactical masterclass for a 1-0 win. And it puts Falkirk with a sniff of European football.
Yeah, and Falkirk are unbeaten against Motherwell.
Yeah.
2 points off Hibs in fifth.
I spoke to... You know what I'm going to say?
Did you speak to Cole Donaldson by
to
any
Cole
chance?
Donaldson? Donaldson.
Stays next to Cole Donaldson.
I spoke to Cole Donaldson.
Through a letterbox or did you actually speak to him? Answer, Cole, I know you're in.
I spoke to Cole about it and he says we just match up really well against Motherwell. 2
footballing teams.
Aye.
He's tactically got his number.
He has, hasn't he?
100% he has. Uh-huh.
Hearts and Celtic need to phone John and say, right, what's the cheat sheet
Aye.
here?
And
what is the cheat sheet? Have you seen it? What do you think
what does John do? He's got such a great record against Jens this season.
I think the two of them are very tactically thought out managers. I mean, I think they think about every detail of the game. I'm not saying the other managers don't in the league, but they play a very different style for them. They're only 2 real possession-based teams in the country.
Well, Danny Roll didn't do it last week against Motherwell. It's like he'd never played them before.
Exactly. And I think you really need to match up against them. You need to be brave. You actually physically need to match up with the game. There's so many. They always create an extra man in the middle of the pitch. So when they played Rangers last week, I'm not giving some stuff out here, but it's fine. But it made the decision on the Monday was to start with centre forward. So in the build-up to that game from the Monday, every single day they worked on the number 9 coming in and creating a box in the middle of the pitch. Then trying to draw at the centre-half and then the wide men came in. And I mean, he'll work on that.
All week.
Wow.
Up from Monday to Friday. All week, every single day. And John's the same.
And do you know what I love about Motherwell is the centre-halves have been given the confidence to step out into midfield and create another number in there. And it's brave of them because if you get caught out or you lose possession, then your wide men from the opposition are in or the fit centre forwards in on your goal. But it's a very brave style of football, yet John McGlynn and Falkirk don't fall for it.
No. But you know what it shows you in this country? I've always said this. I don't think we give players enough credit in this country for how good the players we've got in the country. I think sometimes the environment we create for them to play in is not the right environment. I think we're so really good that no really valuing the players we've got in this country. I think what Jens and John do in terms of the environments they create us, we're actually tactically, technically better than what we give ourselves credit for.
And Jens has proved that.
I can't believe he's not a PFA nominee.
We were all shocked by that. Yeah. He should have been up there for Manager of the Year.
I do think he irks some other managers with how honest he is.
I think he's not in. I think, can we address the elephant in the room? And he's not in because he pissed off a lot of managers when he singled out Grant Hanley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did that publicly.
A lot of managers that I've spoke to didn't like that.
That day at Fir Park, when he says we just let Grant Hanley in the box, he can't pass. Basically,
no.
He didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing.
But he's what a breath of fresh air. But then so have Falkirk been coming up for the Championship in a top 6. and they've got a chance of European football. They play Hibs next, and then obviously they've got then a double dunt against Hearts and Rangers, so they've got harder games to come, have Falkirk, but they are such a chance. And if they can go to that final game against Rangers with Rangers nothing to play for,
And they fans there.
and if they need to win their game, what a night that would be at Falkirk if they can guarantee European football
Do
as well.
you think they'll get it?
I would love them to get it. Just because I've got so much time and respect for John. I think, see, for young managers like myself who are coming through, I've played against John's Falkirk teams twice, once at Darwin, once at East Kilbride. And I think for people like John, Del to a degree, I think I said that, Jim and Saturday as well, they actually give you their time, eh?
Are they?
Yeah, and for somebody myself who've got no background or history in senior football whatsoever, no playing career, no relationships built at that level at all, came from amateur football all the way through. Like for guys like myself, these guys actually give you their time. Like so,
That's valuable, isn't it?
I think it says a lot about them as people.
Yeah.
To be fair, I said that to you tonight. Like one of the first messages I got on Saturday night was Dale after we won the league on Saturday, saying congratulations, Jim wasn't far behind.
And there's Del got worries of winning the league.
He's focused on winning the league on Monday. He's fixed up the phone. He sends a message, sends Si a message. I think that says a lot about them as people.
What do you think? Do you think Falkirk catch Hibs?
I think Hibs are. You just think of
They're in
after.
free fall.
I think the situation that they're in with Hearts has not helped the environment of that club. That Hibs end was empty.
It was bad.
Yeah.
That's a team that can still finish fourth.
And they weren't there, yeah. Chris Boyd picked up on that.
I think that's it. That Falkirk for me are in a better place than Hibs are. And that in the next couple of games, that could be the determining factor.
I thought the game was Easter Road, so yeah, that game at the Falkirk Stadium, Falkirk got a chance to go ahead of Hibs now.
Yeah, 1 point ahead if they win.
You wouldn't rule that out.
And also, Hibs need to I know it sounds so daft. Stop getting boys sent off every week.
Yeah.
For needless challenges. It's bizarre.
But Palisic and Salinger will be back after being sent off against Hearts, so they'll be back for that game. They'll need them, but yeah, you'd probably say favourites are Falkirk.
They deserve it though.
And
Do you remember they were in League 1 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and now they're possibly going into the Conference League.
We're nearly the same group.
Yeah.
It is. It's
And that's the thing. It's not been a significant turnover of players. It's been nearly the same group, same core group anyway.
And do you know what has impressed me most about Falkirk? The young players they identify to bring on loan.
Yeah.
And they look red hot. I mean, shit hot.
Yep.
The boy Lisa they've got from Swansea.
Yeah.
Excellent.
He's such a good player. He's going to be playing at a better
And
level.
John took Barney Stewart at the university.
Aye.
Incredible.
And then he sent to Dunfermline. Neil Lennon did a good job with him. Lennon did a really good
100%,
job with him. And then he comes back to Falkirk. And how does he not play? How does he not win Young Player of the Year?
Astonishing.
I thought he should have won that over Mikey Moore.
Yeah.
Mikey Moore's been hot and cold.
Mikey Moore's had a good impact on Rangers at times, but Barney Stewart from university football to bang in the goals that he scored in the Premier League, how he didn't win that was beyond me.
Bottom six is getting a bit.
Do we have to?
It's a bit tasty.
Do we have to talk
Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Livingston this season.
Aye.
Marvin Bartley's men down 2-2. They put up a good fight against Aberdeen, to be fair. What a goal by Muirhead.
Oh, what
Put
a
it
goal!
back in, yeah,
That's
fair
a-
play. They went down fighting, but they just gave themselves far too much to do when Martindale was in charge at the beginning of the season, unfortunately. And twinned with a United pumping at Rugby Park. An absolute pumping. The Finlay Curtis show.
Yeah, I went with my dad to the game, as I said earlier, and Finlay Curtis was the best player on the park. He was excellent. I've not seen him that much in the flesh this season, but I was really impressed by him.
Can I ask you?
John's better, I'll ask you.
Should he be on the plane to the World Cup?
I think it's a tough decision. I think him and Calvin Miller both, I think, would be great compliments to Ben Gannon-Doak on the other side. Do I think Steve Clarke will take him? No, but I think he should. I think Finlay Curtis, he's just an excellent player, and he's what, 18, 19, 20?
Yeah, he's
still?
only young boy.
Aye, he's still got so much to learn, and he's already this talented. I think he was brilliant. He was really good.
Are you taking Miller or Finlay Curtis? Or are you taking either?
I think two of them are fantastic players, but I would take Finlay.
Would you?
Just simply because I potentially in terms of the key he probably has in front of him as well. I think for his own development, I think it would be a fantastic environment to be part of.
That's a good point.
Because I think he's got real potential to be a proper football player in this country.
Would you advise him not to go back to Rangers and try and find another club?
I mean, I think at that age the most important thing is playing regular football, and I think obviously that's what Neil's done in the environment in Kilmarnock. But I think, he's highly regarded in Rangers, I know that. And he's an absolute lovely lad, like a pure, lovely boy, really nice, really humble, like really dedicated, really focused. He's a proper talented kid.
It was a good goal as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and
Brilliant.
you know what, we'd be remiss not to mention Neil McCann as well, because what a job he's done coming in at Kelly. He's been, and their home form is absolutely brilliant. They need to back it up going away to St Mirren in this next game, but they absolutely deserved 3 points against United. United were dreadful, but Kilmarnock were excellent.
You've just kind of got nothing to play for now. Is it not a bit boring?
And he started 3 players who hadn't started games pretty much all season. You know, started some young boys and it just didn't work. But United were actually quite good in possession. When United had the ball, up until the edge of the box, they were quite good, but see, out of possession, they were just woeful. Got caught so many
I mean, I
times.
think Neil, you're right. I think Neil McCann's done a brilliant job since he's come in there. I actually think there's a really good manager in there. I know he's done well at Kilmarnock, but I just think there's a really good manager, and then he could go on to do some big things. Do you know what I think, Mick?
Do you know what I think he's done so well? I think see when you take over a team that's struggling, the fact he's not a window or transfer windows to turn it round.
No.
He's worked with a group that was really struggling.
Yeah.
And I think what he's done is a remarkable job to actually turn the club round, turn the group round, to get them in a position where they actually get a bit of belief they can go and win games of football.
Do you remember him after the Celtic game? You could hear everything that he was saying. I mean,
I think
Maybe he was a fiery character.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Mate, no,
passionate
and
guy.
even with the media, listen, he can be prickly.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's-
But I was speaking to a few people behind the scenes at Kelly, and what you touched on there, yes, tactically, but see, just morale, him and Dodsley just lifting the mood. That goes a long, especially when the chips are down like they are. Just getting a bit of unity, doing a bit of they do like some stuff like away from the football pitch, just like a team bonding type thing.
Loch Lomond swimming.
you ever done that, Mick?
No, certainly not. Did it, Clyde?
So if I get back
Is you'll probably know better than me. Is Neil McCann and Billy Dawes a good cop, bad cop? Is Billy the good cop and is Neil the bad cop?
I mean, I think Neil would be the bad cop. I think Billy would be the good cop.
do you always need? Is that what you are?
You and Si?
No, it's interesting. Me and Si are very similar. So
Bad cop, bad cop.
yeah.
You're all shite.
So that's the problem. Both of us are terrible. No. Both of us are really, really intense. So there's no yin and yang. Eh? So when he's like up here, like instead of me going like chill, I need to react to this. I'm up here. Do you know what I mean?
So you kind of
We just keep
levels up.
pushing. It
What's
just gets
that?
worse
The
and worse
two
and
the
worse.
fat thing where they just copy each other on
And
the
that's
touch
exactly
like
what
that.
it is. So there's nobody to bring both of his back down.
Is Si Ferry the most interviewed assistant manager in world football?
But he's asked to do these interviews.
No, but he must
He's not
be.
going to say no. He's
But
too nice.
because he's obviously a character.
Yeah.
He's known for obviously open goal and all that stuff. But he must be the most requested, interviewed assistant manager in
Must
the
help
history
you.
of football.
Like him do well that. You can just focus on the football.
No,
eh?
definitely. What I will say about him is though, we're speaking about coaches and that, he's an unbelievable coach.
Is he?
I mean, exceptional what he does.
Aye.
One of the best in the whole country. People always expect me to say that because we're good mates, eh? But he is exceptional.
But everyone looks at Si Ferry from open goal, and they probably don't think he has that in him because he comes across as
Honestly,
having a laugh and a joke and a bit of the silly boy and all that
He is
kind of thing.
unbelievable what he does. And I mean, unbelievable.
Is he good with the lads?
Great with the lads. Proper professional, set standards, really intense, but on the training ground in terms of training methods, structure, shape. He's where we sort of work is I really don't get involved in the training. So me and Si will sit down and build a strategy for the game plan for Saturday. We'll then build it 11v11 in terms of how we're going to set up and play out. Si then breaks that all down into small segments, certain parts of the building out, the middle third, top end of the pitch. And then I take shape, we take it together. But how his brain works in terms of how he can break that down into small segments, it's honestly, it's a joy to watch. It's unbelievable.
I'm going to ask you a controversial question here.
It's not like you.
I know. I hear what you're saying about Si, and I've met the boy loads.
Yeah.
I've been in his restaurant and everything. Top lad, intelligent and bright. Doing what he does with open goal, would that stop football clubs at a higher level approaching him because of that?
I mean, I don't think he would
Do you know
ever.
what I mean by that?
No, I would never go back into management. I think.
Do you know you would?
No, I definitely wouldn't. I don't think he likes managing up the way, if that makes sense.
Okay,
So
what about going in as a coach at a higher club?
no, he could definitely do that.
No, but do you think that other clubs, because they see his outside persona,
Like hesitant to.
would they be hesitant to give him that chance?
I think there's that as well. I think the other part of that is open goal. Is obviously they're very critical at times of people in the clubs and the
That's a
country
good
and stuff
point,
like that.
yeah.
So how do you, if you're maybe criticising Celtic one week or criticising Rangers, whatever it be, how do you then get an opportunity? Because I coached at Celtic in the youth academy at one point and left. But I think that's part of the problem he creates for him. I mean, I think he's very aware of that. I don't think he means struggles to sleep at night worrying about it.
Yeah.
But I think he's very, very critical at times. And also what I will say about him, he's very honest. So he's very critical of people he's played with, worked with. I mean, he's got an opinion, he stands by it. But I think you're definitely right, Ewan. But you're asking me, could he coach at elite level in this country? Absolute shadow.
It's why he's knackered me for getting a job at the SFA in the future. I'm done.
Yeah.
Honestly, Mike, I'm done.
Yes. I said I don't live up with Si, so I'm done as well. To be fair, so I'm not going anywhere either.
So if he walks off to work for Celtic, you're done.
We both agreed we'd only do it together.
I love that.
How romantic is that?
I love that.
Yeah, we've agreed that honestly. Like
It sounds like a rom-com from a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, but we've both agreed that once one is stops, we're both stopping.
There
Oh
we
wow.
go.
Yeah.
That's so sweet and cute.
Yeah.
Sleepless in East
That's what
Kilbride.
people say about it, to be fair, but it is.
Sleepless in East Kilbride.
I went over everyone's head. Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you.
Who's
Right.
Meg Ryan?
I'll let you guys
Scotty
decide.
Allen.
Surely.
Scotty Allen. Like the long blonde hair. Scotty took that as a compliment, by the way.
Love that, by the way.
Oh, you love that.
The Mick Ryan of East Kilbride. Right, so, but what Kelly also did, back to the football, sorry to be boring, they put St Mirren square in danger. We've said this for a couple of weeks. Craig McLeish in at St Mirren, given a chance, a 1-0 defeat to Dundee puts them in the relegation spot.
I said a couple of weeks ago, before the split fixtures begun, I thought St Mirren would be all right. Because I thought when they got up and when he got the job, they did a bit of a bounce
he did
from
okay,
it.
yeah.
He did okay. Went to Celtic, was unlucky not to get results. Scottish Cup semi-final, unlucky not to get a result. Got pumped in the extra time. But it just seems to have gone a wee bit pear-shaped in the last couple of weeks.
Do you know, they've picked a really bad time to start making defensive errors. Because
Yes.
if St Mirren were ever good for something, it was being really solid at the back, and that's the last 2 games. The centre-backs have just not quite been
I'm
at
going to
it.
agree with you now.
Thank you.
Because you said St Mirren a couple of weeks ago.
I think he's a great lad. I think he's been with us in the media. He's been brand new. He's came in. I would like to get your thoughts on this.
Yep.
Rightly or wrongly, he has said, "I'm my own man."
Yep.
Stephen Robinson plays one way.
Yep.
I'm going to play the other. A wee bit more expansive. Nothing major, but just a bit more for the back. And he did that with 6 games to go.
Yep.
Try to put that philosophy in place. I just wonder whether at this point in time, is that confusing a wee bit? When you come up against teams that are fighting for their lives and you're trying to start a new philosophy with 6 games to go. Your thoughts on that?
So I know Craig really well, so that I'm not plugging my businesses here by any stretch of
Please do.
imagination. So
Just look down at camera and tell them where they
You've
can
got
go
it
in.
in.
Your nearest Black Rooster.
As long as you don't sell Windies, you can say what you like.
well, by the way, so Craig owned one of my Black Rooster franchises.
Oh, did he?
Him and Jamie Murphy.
Oh,
who
did
plays
he?
for Ayr United.
Yeah.
What a duo to own a chicken shop.
Yeah, East Kilbride, and East Kilbride as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Why did you not bring us some chicken out? I'm starving.
Anytime, mate, I'll bring it in anything.
Love it.
Yeah, but that's on camera now.
So you know him. You know him well.
So I know him really well.
Good.
I think from Craig's perspective, he's obviously worked in youth academy most of his career. Very good at it, developing young people. I think he only gets one chance at getting a job at that level. And I think he had to do his best to get it. And I think by doing that, he had to try to do what he done.
Do it his own way.
It's the only way he gets a job. And
But surely he gets a job if he keeps them up without the playoffs, and then he would have got the job anyway. So why would you try and implement a philosophy that the players don't understand, and you've got 6 weeks to do it in?
I don't know if we would get it automatically.
I
with
don't
that.
think he would have done. You
No,
know,
do you not?
I generally don't. And I think as well, like, no disrespect to Stephen Robinson, what they were doing wasn't working anyway. They were already in free fall at that point. They were
Good
really,
point,
they were really
Yeah, good
struggling.
point.
Yeah.
So I think what Craig was maybe trying to do is maybe go in and change the culture, give them a bit more belief in terms of, I think you're capable of doing this. I think change the dynamics, the situation, change the environment. I think from Craig's perspective, I mean, a couple of games in, people were talking about him getting the job. I think he was.
We were the same.
Yeah,
Aye.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that was internally been discussed in St Mirren as well at one point. I think.
Really good performance
Yeah.
against Rangers. Then goes to Falkirk and wins.
Yep.
Celtic Park,
Plays
unlucky.
I play about a good hour.
Yeah.
Playing Celtic off the park tactically.
Yeah.
You can see why.
Yeah.
But then it's just turning.
So who's finishing the relegation playoff? I
Well-
know. I agree with you. I think it's.
So we look at I'll get you the table. So I think Dundee with their win
They're fine.
are safe.
Can I
They're-
just say they'll finish 11th anyway because I don't like them.
You can, but they end up maybe finishing above you.
Steady.
St Mirren are on 30, Kelly 31, and then it's 5 points the gap to Dundee. So I think we're on a straight shootout here.
Yes, and I think it'll stay as it is. I think you're correct.
I just look manager v manager, and I think Neil McCann might have the...
Yeah.
I don't see a St Mirren having a Finlay Curtis that can light it up like that and pull you out a hole.
What do you think, Mike? Who's going to finish in that relegation spot?
I think it will be St Mirren.
Yeah.
But this will be really interesting from Cake's perspective. Will he change the last few games?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Because it's
Does he change?
the pressure's now come on him.
Because at the start, he started really well. Fantastic. I mean, he's a fantastic coach as well. Really forward thinking. But now the dynamics have changed considerably. Does he then go back and be hard to beat and just try and get them over the line?
Yeah.
St Mirren against Kilmarnock next.
Whereabouts?
Smiza Stadium
And
and
Paisley.
Kilmarnock don't travel well, so
Big game on Saturday.
Huge.
So, I mean, if Kelly win that, it's 4 points with 2 games to go. I
More or
think
less
it's kind of
they're
there.
safe.
Aye.
So pressure, and that's what this is an interesting thing for a young manager. You've got idiots like us talking about it. The whole world, the whole country are talking about in terms of does he change? How much inner steel does he have to stick with it? Trust yourself. You must have had occasions like that yourself where people are like, "Which you," and they have that inner belief to go, "No, I'm doing the right thing."
We've
here."
got a very distinct way of playing as well. We play the exact same way, really possession-based football, really expansive, really open. So, but you'll believe that if you don't. I don't think you can ask people to believe in something you don't believe in yourself. I think that's part of the problem. And I think that's why Craig went in and thought, I've got strong belief in this, and I genuinely believe you can actually carry this out.
If you carry any sort of doubt, the players will
Feeds
see
through.
that.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
aye, the players will
100%.
see that. I mean, 100%. But yeah, I think it'll stay as it is. I think Mick's right. I think you're right, Ronnie, and I hate saying that. But I
Thank
think
you.
he's right.
Dundee, Livingston, Aberdeen, Dundee United, and St Mirren, Kilmarnock. So yeah, Livingston gone
Yes.
for another year. Into the Championship then, where Livingston will be playing next year, and we had quite a topsy-turvy relegation battle on our hands last Friday night.
At 70-minute mark, Ross County were in the playoffs. Yeah. Managerial were going
Saturday,
down.
oh, it's Friday night.
Friday night, you're right, aye. And
That was
then Wraith Rovers come back to win the game 3-2, an Airdrie draw, and then Kettlewell and Ross County are bye-bye to League One, where they will play Mick's East Kilbride next season.
I told you at the beginning of the season you'll be playing against Ross County in the league next year.
Would never have believed it. I believe you'd have been there. I certainly wouldn't have believed Ross County would have been
Favourites.
To win the league, St
Yeah.
Johnstone were
Favourites to win
second
the league.
favourites.
I was looking today, so Stuart Kettlewell has been appointed permanent manager
Yeah.
by Roy McGregor and Stephen Ferguson, the chief executive. As part of that, I'm not laughing. Stop
It
making me
looks
laugh.
like you are. It's weird.
They showed some of the players that are leaving. That's a squad and a half. Jordan White,
Aye, some good players in
Trevor
there.
Carson,
Yeah.
Declan Gallagher.
You taking in the Mick?
Well, they're just as good as his team now. Why would they need them? I mean,
But nobody-
a sorry state of affairs
There's
for Ross County.
nobody in Scottish football would have predicted Ross County be in this position. And you'll probably be a wee bit pissed off that they're down there because of the money they've got behind them.
No, because I think Roy will invest again. I don't
Yeah.
think. I think he's obviously a very wealthy businessman. He's got a real emotional connection with the club and the community.
I think he'll take that to heart. Back-to-back relegations.
They will definitely invest significant funds.
They'll be red hot favourites to go straight back up, won't they? Ross
yeah,
County.
yeah. Not you would think so, but they're red hot favourites to win this championship.
That's true.
Does part of you thrive against playing against a team with that resource of that size next
Yeah, of
season?
course. I mean, for us, it's fantastic. Because I look at it and go, we're never going to outspend them, but I believe you can outcoach them.
Of course you can,
So that's the mentality you need to go in with.
You've
especially
got
them.
side Pep Guardiola Ferry with you,
we're-
so you're all right.
We're fine. 100%.
Big shout out to the Wraith Rovers DJ.
What did he do?
They get relegated, obviously. The fans are all scrapping. Classless, says Stuart Kettlewell. And he plays down, 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 down,
did,
down, down,
Yeah.
down, 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 down,
Kettlewell's
down,
livid.
down, down,
Did
down.
he? The DJ played that? Oh, you
and-
got to
and
give him a
listen,
high five for that.
Roy McGregor sticking with Stuart Kettlewell.
Gave him a new deal.
I,
Don't.
for me, I know, but
Just don't. Don't say it.
the man who gets them relegated gets rewarded with a contract. There we go.
Yeah.
Interesting. League One. We're not going to. I thought we were going to get a Highland Derby. Imagine that in the playoffs. If
I
it was
know,
Ross County and
that would be
Inverness in the
great.
playoffs. Oh,
Unbelievable.
you'd need to shut the one street that there's got up there.
They listen to us up there, Ronnie.
Big
Careful.
game. Fair play to Inverness. That's where they should be at least. They should be at
totally.
least in the
No,
championship.
definitely.
A big club.
Yeah.
And the playoffs are going to be tasty.
Who's going up from the Championship? See the team. Let's just assume for a
So
second.
we start the chat. Do you want to start
Aye.
with Dunfermline or Broth?
So we think St Mirren will finish in that relegation playoff. Do they stay up no matter who it is they play against, Mick?
I think the biggest challenge will be, even though I think Partick Thistle have had a fantastic season, young squad, don't have a lot of physicality, technically very good. I think they would struggle against Dunfermline more than they would against a Broth or Partick Thistle.
Would you give Dunfermline an outside chance of going straight up?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, just
They've beaten
because...
3 Premiership teams this season already.
Yeah, and that's not a coincidence.
No.
That's not a coincidence. And I think because of Neil, I don't think that's not a coincidence. I think that would be the most difficult game.
Do you think Dunfermline will get to the final?
I think they get by Arbroath.
Home and away.
I think they'll get by I'm not sure if they've even beat Arbroath, have they this year?
Well, they drew
drew
0-0 there at the
well,
weekend.
Friday.
Yeah.
I think them and Thistle, that's box office.
Aye, that'll be good.
Mark
you-
Wilson against Neil
Neil
Lennon.
Lennon.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I'll
That'd
be in
be
the
good.
background, have me held back.
I mean, and to be fair, like, Mark's done an unbelievable job as well, and so's Goldie and at Arbroath as well, part-time club.
Yeah.
Like fantastic. Like, but I think if I was Craig, I'd be more worried about Dunfermline than anyone else, just because of Neil's experience.
Aye.
We
League
go
One.
to League One, Steny, Queen of the South, and then Alloa, Airdrie.
I think Airdrie are all right.
Do you think?
Aye.
I think Steny may have a wee chance there.
Gary Naismith's done brilliant, but I just got a feeling that
It's always
Airdrie will be
so
all right.
weighted
Yeah.
with the
team,
the,
yeah.
the team above. And then the League One, Spartans, Clyde, Forfar and Hamilton.
Well,
are the team in there.
you're the one to speak about there. You've just come out of League Two. Spartans got a chance,
They've got a couple of big injuries.
have they?
Yeah, goalkeeper's injured, real important player.
Paddy Martin.
Paddy Martin.
brilliant.
Paddy's been injured the last
Unbelievable.
couple of weeks. Welsh, who plays in the middle of the pitch, he's been injured for a couple of months. Really experienced player in the Championship. My opinion, one of the best players in the league. He's missing McNulty, who's the centre forward.
Former United player, yeah.
Former United player. Great experience. He's injured as well.
Really?
So I think there's a couple of things that have just went against them.
I feel like that Scottish Cup run, for as amazing as it was, it felt like that's what kind of took the wheels off a wee bit. It felt like it was a step too far because you're playing more games than you need to. And you won't know this, but throughout the whole season, these two have been back in East Kilbride. And I'm really sorry, Mick, but I've been saying, nah, Spartans will do it, Spartans will do it. And I look like an absolute mug. 'cause
And he
you
went,
wouldn't want
and he got an invite to hospitality to the Spartans,
Had a
and he
brilliant
went.
day. It was great. The Inverness Scottish Cup game was class. It was great fun.
They're
Crawling,
a great club.
crawling.
They are, yeah, they are.
So who's the team that's going to either stay in League One or who's going up from League Two?
I mean, I think what I would say about Hamilton have got 4 or 5 really, really gifted players still in the group. Ollie Shaw, O'Hara, McDonald in the middle of the pitch. I think just on their day, I think they've still got enough quality within the group, but I think that will be,
I think Darry McKinnon
and that will
keeps
be.
them in it.
You think Hamilton stay where they are?
Yeah, I think Hamilton will stay there. I mean, I think they should maybe have done a little bit better, but Darren's been in there under really difficult circumstances. But I think Darren will keep them up.
So how many of those players from Spartans are you taking for them?
I've texted a couple today. Depends what happens. We're trying to put good luck on Tuesday. You definitely should be League One player. You're a League One player. Definitely a League One player.
Tap them up before the games. Gotta love it. And then we get to the League Two playoff, where it's Edinburgh City against Brora by default.
Can I
like
just
get
say
your
that's a pile of shite?
You can say what you like.
It's
Aye.
a pile of shite what happened there with Clydebank.
Now, you went through this a couple of years ago, this playoff. First of all, for a lower or Highland League team, how tough is that to get to break through?
So difficult.
Aye.
It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It should be automatic promotion, automatic relegation, in my opinion. And I said that when I was trying to get in, and I've been one of the biggest advocates when I've been in the league. It should be automatic promotion.
So, we give you the rule book. Do the Highland League winners and the Lowland League winners both go straight in and it's 2 relegated from the League 2, or is it a playoff and then one of them's just guaranteed the playoff winner goes in? If that makes sense. So Edinburgh City gets relegated for you.
Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, both of them would go up, but the reality is that I don't think it will ever have automatic promotion anyway, no matter what. I don't
You don't
think
think it's ever happening?
No,
It is the SPFL clubs that vote for
clubs
that.
vote.
Turkeys vote for
So
Christmas.
if you look at every club that's come down, None of them have went back up.
No.
And when I say come down, I mean they've massively struggled. I mean,
Cowdenbeath.
Cowdenbeath. The only
Albion
one
Rovers
that's
is-
really been close to it is Brecon.
Yeah.
But Kevin, who owns Brecon's, a really, really wealthy businessman.
Yeah.
Really invested in the community as well. Like, so they've been close. But anyone who's come down, but that level of football needs that though. That's part of the problem in League Two. There's too many teams too comfortable, and then see when you eventually go down, you're not prepared for it, and you struggle, and that's part of the problem because nobody's really driven by. Because you always believe we'll not finish bottom.
Aye.
Oh, no, be us. We'll be all right this year. And then see when you find yourself there and you go down, you're not prepared for it. Because the problem with Lone League, there's no prize money. You lose probably about 160k a year.
Do you just
right?
like that overnight?
Overnight.
Oh, sheesh.
So you imagine that
Aye,
coming out your budget
massive.
is significant, eh?
Yeah.
And then you look at Clydebank, for instance, 1,000 home fans.
I was going to ask you about this. So, for those who don't know, Linlithgow Rose won the Lowland League title,
Yeah.
denied entry to the playoff due to not having the bronze licence.
Yep.
So, Brora automatically were crowned playoff winners.
Yep.
Clydebank, I think, had a case to answer that they weren't included.
They were stitched up.
It's not a stitch up.
So they
Well,
finished
no,
second
but no,
behind.
and
They
Linlithgow
finished
Rose.
second between Linlithgow Rose.
I said this to Ronnie earlier. See if Aston Villa win the Europa League and they finish 5th.
Yep.
The Champions League spot then goes to 6th place team.
Yep.
Right? So why is there not a rule in place? If you do not have the paperwork to get into the league, surely the team in second then takes that place.
Yeah.
Should that not be the rule?
Well, the problem with getting the licence to actually go up, it's so costly. So you need audited accounts, and that's why that was one of Lithgow's biggest issue. Audited accounts are £12,500 to £15,000 on their own.
Yeah.
What?
On their own, so got proper audited financial accounts to win the SPFL. They're about 12,500 to 15 grand on their own before you talk about any other costs. So that's fairly significant. So, in my opinion, it should be the team who have got the right criteria, the highest team who have the right criteria.
Go up.
So if that's second or third, whoever it may be. Because the problem you've got in there, you've potential. I mean, for the next 10 years, the Lithgow teams could win that
Aye,
league who
yeah.
don't have the finances or whatever.
So why is the rule not in place where the second place team gets to automatically go up?
That's the thing I don't know. I asked this question earlier. I'm not sure if that's the SPFL who control that decision, or if it's tier 4, tier 5, who would then have to go to the SFA and say that we're making a rule change and we're saying whoever finishes at the highest up with the right criteria is allowed to then be put forward.
Because we're not saying that, because I agree with you completely. I think Clydebank are really, really unlucky in this situation. We're not stripping Linlithgow Rose of the title here.
No.
They're lowly and they deserve it. They've done well the whole season.
Correct.
But then because then you're right, Linlithgow Rose could easily go win it the next 5 years. They're a great team.
Yeah.
In that for what they are.
Correct. And they've got great backing, great fans, great setup.
I mean, I don't think that will ever happen again. I think what happened with Lithgow supposedly, I think in the January, they were like 6th and they looked miles out it.
Yeah.
And let's say it was going to cost 30k to get the licence in place. They thought,
There's no point.
it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
Why would we invest that 30k?
Yeah.
Aye.
And
It's cost them a fortune.
Then Gordon does an unbelievable job. And you go and win the league and you look
Jeez.
back and go,
Aye.
how deflating is that?
So we've got. I love this time of the season where you've got the playoffs galore and you've got so much going on and so much riding on ups and downs. For you, how was League Two? Because there was a lot of talk about the season, about you going in, Si going in, the infrastructure you had behind you. Was there a lot of pressure to deliver first time round?
I mean, I think external pressure, but I think internally when we sat down with the board in the summer and we managed to go into the league. I mean, the club had tied for about 10 years, I think. And we got to someone, we spoke to Paul and James, all the owners, and I said, listen, what's his plans? And he said, let's just go in and consolidate. So their target was just to go in and
What was that?
just get in, consolidate. We've tried our damnedest to get there for so many years. Let's just consolidate. And Si will tell you, and I said, listen, look, we need bigger aspirations than that. Like, you need to put us under pressure to try and win the league. Like, I've not come in here to go into League Two and bounce about for 5th and 6th and stuff like that. We need to have the real desire to go and win the league. And to be fair, there was never any pressure put on us. But the moment it looked like it was happening, the conversations then changed. Oh, we must go up. You better go up.
That boardroom meeting
Oh
changes.
yeah, the dynamic changed significantly. So
They've got the PowerPoint out. Right, if you get us up and we need to be up, it's going to get there today. Aye.
So If you don't go, if you get CVs in that in case you need new jobs.
You're in, mate. You're in.
Do you know what I mean?
He's sweating.
But we put ourselves under immense amount of pressure. But
Yeah.
there's always this misconception of the resource we have at East Kilbride. I mean, it is a very well-resourced club, but the resources are massively exaggerated. But we're one of the favourites to go up, and well, rightly so, we're one of the favourites to go up. So, but we put ourselves under a lot of pressure to go up.
Will you be okay in League One? Will you be competitive?
Yeah, we'll be competitive. I think we'll surprise a few people. Same thing. I mean, I think Paul and James will just be happy to go in and try and finish mid-table, try and stay up. For us, we're going to try and build a group and a squad that we think can compete at the top end of the
Could
table.
we compare East Kilbride to a Gretna here? Could you do a Gretna and go all the way up? Is that the ambition? Obviously it is.
I think Paul and James are much more sensible businessmen than that. If
Oh,
that
yeah.
It makes sense. I mean, I hope they don't mind. Well, I think it's very well known. They're extremely wealthy individuals. So I think they're more sensible than that, to be fair.
It was a plaything for the boy at Gretna.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason East Kilbride was originally created was because they wanted to put something back into the community, because East Kilbride's been...
Yeah.
Do a lot for that, don't you?
Yeah, it's been massively important part of their life in terms of building the wealth they've built, in terms of the businesses they've built. So I think they wanted to put something back in. The actual the ground, and that's owned by the family trust and stuff like that. And I think they're also conscious and very aware of that. I hope they don't mind me saying this either. This is get me the sack. They're getting on a bit in life.
Aye, well,
And I don't think any of their kids have got any dreams of running East Kilbride.
Aye.
Most of his daughters live in Miami and stuff like that.
yeah.
So they run his businesses out there. So
you're telling me they don't want to come
they
back
don't
to
want
Miami?
to come, they're not coming back to Miami to listen to me and start talking shit. I can assure you. No, I'm trying to get to Miami. That's what I'm trying to get to.
assistant manager of the Miami Dolphins. There he is, a big man.
So I think what they're trying to do is build it properly, and then hopefully it gets to a point where whether they have to step back or the club's in a position where it'll find its place and it'll sit there relatively comfortable. The town size is about 80,000 people, so it's a significant fan base.
Top
there.
4
This year?
for
Next
League
year?
One?
Yeah, that's what we need to be aiming for, I think, definitely.
And I'll ask the question that I can ask you. You're far enough away so you can't punch me in the face from there. A story came out this weekend about you, Si, Ayr United. Is that a load of nonsense?
I mean, I think there's been loads of noise about Ayr United. I think there was a bit of noise about Ross County at one point. There's been a bit of noise about Airdrie and stuff like that. I think it's just one of those things you're doing well, isn't it?
Did somebody pick up a phone to you?
No one
you know
from
the one thing I'll say I love?
no one from Ayr United did, but I think those conversations had to be fair.
With agents?
Agents and stuff like
Agents
that.
and stuff. To find out if you were interested.
To find out if it's something we'd be interested
in.
Yeah. But to be fair, I think also as well, look, this is my first year at this level of football as well. And I know it's been a successful year.
You've knocked out the park.
Yeah, so, but I think for us to really be considered at that level, I think we'd need to go and have another really good year.
You take it as a compliment, though, can't you?
No, of course. I mean, the way I look at it, I mean, 7 years ago I was managing amateur football.
And getting Jim Goodwin the sack.
Yes, I get Jim the sack. I'm trying to get players off Jim and loan them something. It's just not happening now, is it? Why is it going to one tick on WhatsApp? So I think, like, when I look back in that, I think because I don't have those relationships developed in senior football. Like, I know loads of the players and managers, but at boardroom level and stuff like that, I don't have that reputation.
So do you not think you've earned your spurs yet to make that move to a championship club, if that opportunity was to be a firm opportunity?
I think I can certainly go in and do the job. Like,
But you don't want to do it?
No, I would definitely do it. I think
No, but I mean, but you don't think, do you not think you're ready for it now?
You know, I believe I'm ready for it now myself.
Got you, okay.
Yeah. No, I generally believe I could go in there and do the job 100% without an absolute shadow of doubt.
Celtic are looking for a manager.
I mean, if I look back, one of the things we always speak about is I've managed for 10 years now. I've won 9 league titles.
Wow.
So, like, I've had to be successful in every environment to create the next opportunity for me. Nothing's ever been given to me. So everywhere I've went, I've had to do well to get the next opportunity. So, and I worked the same way I worked then in terms of philosophy, in terms of how we play football and culture, environment. It's been the exact same everywhere I've went.
Well, you know better than me, Mike. We should be in there and done it and got the T-shirt. But between now and the start of the new season, there's going to be jobs coming up left, right and centre across all the leagues.
Yeah.
Are you going to be at East Kilbride next season?
I think there's a high probability. I think it would take something significant as well. I think the other thing is as well, you know, like, see, when you come for amateur football, like, I used to pay a tenner every week to play, and then when I managed, the guys used to pay a tenner to listen to me. Genuinely. No, I'm paying people to play for me. Well, I'm not the club is. So, like, I just do this because I genuinely have a real love and affection for it. We're obviously speaking about your Uncle Danny and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, my reason for playing football was more a social thing. It was just more about...
Some of those early days were
Some of those
mad.
were crazy. God knows how I've made it here, to be fair. Your uncle was one of influences, my
Genuinely.
God.
Go on.
You go.
No, right on.
So I think, I just appreciate where I am. The reason I love being in football is because I always say to the boys all the time, one of the most important things in life is surrounding yourself with good people. I think if you can get that right in life in any environment, you've got a chance of being successful. And that's what I always try and do in it, and I try and do it. And that's what we've done really well in football. We've brought in some really, really good people. We've created a really good environment for them. And the flip side of it, as I always say as well, if you're not in the right environment in that life, you'll never be your best version of yourself. And we're good at creating good environments for people.
So Celtic do knock on the door, you're saying no?
I couldn't. My mum would never forgive me.
I was just about to say, I don't think that's...
No, my mum would. I would definitely go. I would go to Celtic. I definitely.
There you go, Michael. There you go. The amateur days, just to touch on it, I mean, they must have... Like, Darvel, first of all, because we know Big John, obviously a friend of STV whenever we went down. Great old days when you knocked Aberdeen out. But that was also... It was like, what a time. What a town.
Do you know what happened? I'd been at Covell Park for 4 years. We'd won 3 Scottish Cups and 4 league titles. And I got a phone call one of a guy, Jim Whale, at the time. He said, listen, would you be interested in Darvel? And I'm like, there's Darvel. I'm looking up, can you find him in the Premier League and the juniors? 7th in the Championship. And I went, I'll come down and meet you. So I'm doing a Tuesday night. It was in about January. Going to the ground's, pitch black. Not even a light on. We're going to this shed. John sitting there smoking as usual.
This is John Gall, who was the owner.
The owner.
He owns a pie shop as well,
He owns a pie
I know
business.
John.
Browning,
Browning.
So at the end of the meeting, I convinced me it was the right thing to do. And then I came back. I went the Wednesday after. I'm going to get dragged in during the day. Like, night time. I drove down and I walked in the ground and I phoned him and I'm not taking it. He's like, what? I went, John, this is a shithole. Like, seriously, I says, this is worse. And then I've just came for there's no chance I'm taking this. I can't come here and work. Seriously. So, to be fair to him, he said, listen, I will do whatever. If you take it, I'll do whatever.
Aye.
You asked me to do.
Really?
Honestly.
Amazing.
Honestly.
And
then,
did he back it up?
You're not going to get that at Celtic just because you're
there was a thing about the changing rooms. The changing rooms were terrible. And the changing rooms were one of the best in the whole country.
State of the art. I
State of the
remember we were coming down for the news when you were playing Aberdeen and we phoned John. Hello, who's this? I said, it's John, it's Ronnie Charters from STV News here. All right, aye. I says, obviously, we want to come down and do a wee bit with you. He says, go into the changing room, son. I says, no, I'm not doing yet. He says, all right, okay. So I says, right, I'm on my way down. I'll beat you in 10 minutes. He says, aye. And he's storing the big cigar. Or what it was. He says, blew it right in my face. He was like, see the changing rooms? Ibrox maybe jealous.
Honestly.
He says, you need to go to the changing room. Any interview we had to do, even with you, take the changing room. The flares light up. You love it.
Unbelievable. And then the first year he bought was them. Then the next year he put a brand new pitch down.
Oh, that pitch was
Brand new pitch.
immaculate. It was
Spring-
unreal.
But
I remember putting pictures of your pitch up and saying they put the Premiership clubs. Makes them look like a disgrace.
yeah, so the problem he made is like he sort of gave me a wee bit of free rein with stuff like that, the changing rooms, and coming through the end of Glasgow, you're taking a piss at you. You're squeezing as much of it as you possibly can.
You think they're doing the Glasgow Green all those years ago?
So when you got them boys through for the pitch, he's like, how's the sprinklers on that? when did we discuss pop-up sprinklers? We just said we wanted the grass better. But there was pop-up sprinklers, there was lights, it was unbelievable. But what a guy. Me and him have got such a close relationship.
He's a great
guy. When you meet him, you wouldn't believe he's a millionaire.
No.
Like, he just never
no.
in a million years.
The last time I met him, I was hosting an event and there was a big hotel next to Rugby Park. What's the hotel?
Oh, I know which one you mean. I don't know the name of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Park Hotel.
The Park
Park
Hotel,
Hotel,
aye.
Bowie's
And,
got
and there's a big room in there where they have like 400 or 500 people, and I was hosting the night. And Brownings were the sponsors of the evening, and it was like this community thing for the area. And I was told that there was a pie going to appear on stage, which was a Brownings pie. The
That's right,
mascot.
that'd fit, yeah.
It was John Gall who was dressed up as the pie.
Mental.
Honestly, he came up the stairs, and the reason I knew it was John Gall because he came up the stairs onto the stage and he fell at the top stair. When he fell, the head fell off, and it was John Gall stood there. It was him stood
Tell you
there.
a story, right? Before we beat Aberdeen, we beat Montrose 5-1. At Montrose, so I got lost at the time. Montrose were second in League One, we beat them 5-1. John was pissed. True story. We go 5-1 up and he stands up and he shouts to the Peter, "You're getting sacked in the morning."
You're joking.
Oh, my daughter's like, chairman of the club. Genuine pissed.
I
He's
love
such
him,
a
man.
great character. He's so good. He's so good.
So Mixie,
love
for
it.
you, where does you've talked about all the success you've had as a manager so far? Where does Aberdeen rank versus what happened at the weekend for you?
I think success is always winning something, if that makes sense. It's like winning a trophy. That's real success. I mean, I think that night was just incredible. I mean, and I don't think it'll ever be beaten.
No. That'll never happen again.
No, I don't think it'll ever. No, the distance between both clubs, I don't think it'll ever happen again. It was an incredible evening, like, and it'll go down in history. Like,
I was in shock. I was watching on the telly. I couldn't believe what I was watching. But it's one of those games as well. You actually deserved to win it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a
Smash and grab,
or anything. You deserved it. You were so good. There was a boy in the middle of the park. I can't even remember who it was. And I'm going, he's better than Darville. There was a few boys in your team. I'm thinking they're better than Darville. There's a wee winger you had as well. I think he was on the right with the blonde hair.
Tuesday we signed him.
Oh, aye,
that's him.
Signed him for Rob Roy.
What a player!
There is a real. I don't know whether it's no. I don't mean snobbery, but there's a real talent pool when you look down there. And there's so many good players that could make that step up and get a chance.
Again, it's been in the right environment, sometimes in the right place at the right moment. But see, that week I genuinely believe we were going to win it.
I remember you saying that.
Honestly, I genuinely believe it was the worst week in preparation because it was snowing.
That's right.
We couldn't go to training.
That's right. Aye.
It was so the only shape we could do was like attacking shape, possession-based shape, because we got managed to go on the school pitches for 45 minutes. So worst preparation ever, honestly.
Jim Jude was no coming out of this well, isn't it?
No, it was the worst. And I can remember the Aberdeen. By the time the Aberdeen bus was slightly late, by the time they came, the ground was full. And when you come in the far gate, you had to walk through the crowd to get to the changing room. And you could see boys like ducking. What is this we're in? Even I think that used to go every week. What's going on here? And then what I loved about it is because we always try and play football really possession based, and we stuck to that. And that's why I was so delighted. It wasn't like we hung in there and got a bit of luck and stuff like that. We played some really good, attractive football.
Some of the stories for that night are because we brought all the news crews down.
That's right.
We were doing the 6 o'clock programme live pitch side.
Yeah.
Some of the we had to prop the whole cameras and all that up. You need the live view and stuff, which is the thing that beams it back. We had to balance that on one of your bins because there's no space. The place was mobbed. We did it live in the pub the next night when you won, and we had Jordan Kirkpatrick scored the winner. I said, right, I'd messaged Mick saying, right, Jordan hadn't spoke because he was bloated for the night before. So everybody, he'd never said a word to any TV, radio, newspapers, nothing. I says, get Jordan to the pub. We're in is it Black Bull, the pub?
That's right,
I says, we're on at 9 minutes past. Can he be late? 7 minutes past, he turns up. Brilliant, magic. 8 minutes, the PA goes, 1 minute to go, 1 minute to you, Ronnie, 1 minute to you. He goes like, oh, I need spew. I was like, you're not moving. You need to. Oh, I need spew. And the bog in the Black Bill was miles through the back. I says, you can't move. And he could see a couple of wee times he goes, what a time, man. What a time. Right, your team of the week.
Hearts.
Oh, it's got to be East Kilbride. Come on.
No, it's Hearts for me. East Kilbride.
Right, I'll be sound. I'll give it to you. East Kilbride. That's my
Who's your team of the week?
I get Hearts.
Would you?
Yeah.
Mine's would be the Wraith Rovers DJ. Big fan of you, mate. Big fan of you. Right, so now we've got time for. We've had so much fun.
Yeah, we need to get the quiz, I think.
No, the quiz is done. But
All
we've
right,
got Ask Us Anything. But this is where.
Well, forget the quiz.
I don't need the quiz.
don't
Sorry,
need the
do
quiz.
next week.
It's
That's much chat.
No,
Language.
you just stop your language, you.
Right.
You've all sworn 18 times. I've done it once.
This
He's
is
a break.
where the audience ask us questions and we read them out. This one was for Luke, and this happened last week. Luke asked us to give us basically what we're calling the letdown 11. Right? I
For
want
the
you to
Premiership.
get your thoughts on this. So we've come up with And 11, we've gone a 4-3-3 formation. We were in the pub just before the Rangers game started, and we picked our letdown 11. Managed, of course, by none other than Russell Martin. He just edges it from Wilfred Nancy.
Correct. So that was an easy decision for us. We all went Martin.
Absolutely.
That's the one.
Stuart Kettlewell is his assistant. And then we get to...
You need to let it go. Let it go.
Let's start with the goalkeeper. We've gone for Kasper Schmeichel as our letdown goalkeeper.
This is in the Premiership. Happy with that, Mick? Letdown 11.
Yeah.
Do you know why I was persistent on that? Is because the day Celtic were playing, he was on Instagram with the Premier League trophy down south, deciding to do that instead. Letdown for me. Let's go our 4 at the back. You were very persistent on this. Left back, go on.
I don't agree with you on this one.
Magoma.
Has he been a letdown though?
Can you put someone else that's been more of a letdown than him in that left back?
No. I think we struggled at left back, though we did, to be fair.
The reason he's been they've had to replace him. They tried to get Penrice to replace him, but they got Romans instead.
Centre backs, we've gone Ryan McGowan, because I think we just had to go with a Livingston defender, because if you've only won 2 games and you've conceded that many goals, then you can't really shout it as Ryan. Sorry, pal.
Out of the 3 centre backs, I don't know why we went for McGowan. I think it's because
the other 2 will be playing for East Kilbride next year.
You might not be wrong there.
I know. Our other centre half, we've gone for John Souttar.
Yes.
I think whenever, the last couple of times, especially when John Souttar comes onto the park, it's a destabilisation of that defence.
Yeah.
Right back, we've gone Jensen of Aberdeen.
Yeah, spent a lot of money on
Big
him.
money, let down.
Big signing.
Our 3 in the middle of the park, we start off with Celtic captain Callum McGregor.
That was you again, Ewan?
That was me. He's set such high standards, and I do feel sorry for him this year because he's been left on his Jack Jones to try and run that midfield because he doesn't get that much help in there. But because of his high standards that he has set, he's been a bit of a letdown in comparison to the last few seasons at Celtic Park. And I think it's his final season at Celtic as well before he joins Rodgers in Saudi.
Joined by Graham Shinney.
I threw that one in. Again, I just try to put the knife
I
in
agree with
Aberdeen,
that. But I agree with
He's
that.
been very good.
And I've gone for the man who let himself down by doing the Tom Daly at Tannadice, none other than Mark Leonard. He did it today again in the middle of the park. No, in the box. He's a diver. And now we get to the top.
Oh, okay.
Mark Leonard for me has been outstanding.
Rolls Royce. Absolutely Rolls
What a
Royce.
player. What do you think of him as a midfielder, Mick?
Excellent. He's been excellent. I think he's been a good
Is he knocking on the door of Scotland for the World Cup?
Is he Scottish?
Is he Scottish?
No, he is.
He is Scottish.
He went to my
Scottish.
girlfriend Cara's school just to get her name.
I don't want to take a shot.
I mean, you would think so. I think the problem you've got is I think Steve's so set in what he's taking it. I don't think there'll be any shocks. I think he's really, really set in what he's taking. I don't think there'll be any deviation away
And
from
that's
that.
what will let us
I think
down.
you're right.
That's the middle 3. Right wing, none other than the £9 million man, Andres Skvolson.
Who had 4 touches in the second
I
half.
thought he would have been an unbelievable signing.
We all thought that.
Everyone did, aye.
And
Honestly.
people are beginning to clip it up because we clipped up at the time and we said, listen, that's the type of marquee signing that can win games.
Yeah, honestly,
And
I
win
thought that would
leagues.
have been an unbelievable signing.
Yeah.
Left back, we've gone for the man. If anyone
Left
has
wing.
Left wing.
sorry. If anyone has seen him, Vuku, please just to see if he's all right.
We don't know he's okay.
He was the man Celtic were about to pay £3 million for. Best bit of.
Just thought Balikwisha too. Can they
Balikwisha.
share that? Can they share that
yes.
spot?
This we'll donate it to the Celtic left wing.
There you go.
That's not the support.
It could be.
I'm going to get in trouble for that. Oh, right. So that coaching job at East Kilbride you were telling me about.
Anytime, my friend.
Can I do your press?
I think Balikwisha more so than him.
Yeah,
Because they've paid
I
£5
agree.
million for him.
Paid $5 million
Where
for
is
him.
he?
I'd put Balikwisha in there.
Okay,
Yeah, we're going with Balikwisha.
and then striker.
We couldn't pick
We
a striker.
couldn't decide.
So,
So
Mick, you're going to pick the letdown striker.
we're going to give you our list, right? You can be
there
the
you go.
deciding vote. So my vote was for Cleadja of Hibs,
Which was
record signing,
Record signing.
900,000
and then get
Over a million. Over a million.
for a million.
Yeah.
and then get pumped out in January.
Loaned out to Dure Gardens in January.
Yengi of Aberdeen,
The
Aberdeen
who was
Yengi.
because there's brothers, aren't there? There's
Yes.
another one plays
Aye,
for Svinchara of Celtic, because you just come from that sort of ilk of club.
Yeah.
You would think they'd be good. Kabori for missing all the chances, and Majowski for not lighting it up at Rangers. Who's your letdown striker of the season?
Who you putting as our number 9? Your decision, Mick. You're the manager.
That's a hard.
And we couldn't decide.
We could.
They've all been.
Yeah.
Just say
Aye.
No, they've all been. I mean, they've all been really, really poor. To be fair.
I'm going to rule out Kabori because they're going to win the league.
Even though he has a big lump.
He's missed some big chances.
You'd
but
have won
it's
the
not-
league then if he'd had his shooting boots on.
That's a good point.
I'll rule out Yengi because he didn't get much service at Aberdeen.
So who's Mick's choice left with?
Klidja, Svinchara or Miovski?
Miovski.
I thought Miovski was a brilliant signing for Rangers
Again,
when he
same
first
as Wilson.
arrived.
I thought he'd been a great signing.
Yeah, because he's
been
been here, done it.
No leagues.
Aye. I've been up
100%.
against loads of
He does take a
defences.
level of adjustment to come into this country at times. But I think because he'd been here before, I thought he'd done like Olsen. He'd have been a fantastic signing.
I was worried when Rangers signed him.
Yeah, no, definitely. I thought he'd been a great signing.
That's us.
Well done.
Mick, we thank you so much. A round
And
of
well
applause
done in
for...
League 2, Mick. Fantastic.
We'll see you in League One. Or
Pleasure.
indeed at Parkhead if this podcast works out well for you.
Or
You never know.
United.
Or United.
Or
You never
United.
know. Thank you for listening to the STV Radio Football Show. There is less now because I've had an update on my phone since we've started. There is now even less tickets. So by the time we've spoken,
Should be
more
sold
tickets have been sold. So STV Radio Football Show live.
Go to
Get
the
your
website.
tickets if you can.
The
one and
website,
only-
wait. The website, stvradio.co.uk to get your tickets for the STV Radio live show. I'm looking at the camera. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Yeah, you got one right in front of you. You could have looked at the whole time.
Mick, you look quite good on camera, mate. I just noticed you there on the telly. Look at you.
It's been a long couple of months.
Do you use the sunbeds?
Now and again.
Aye, it looks like it.
Yeah. If I don't know, I look as a.
Oh, Jesus. let's
I'll
genuinely do.
don't worry,
I generally
that's
do.
fine. No,
I generally do.
that won't make the
You
edit.
can, you
Just
can
so
edit that out, but I generally do. And you can leave it until a bit of controversy.
Beep it, beep
I'm
it.
saving your career here. It's in my hands.
All right, thank you to League Two's winning manager, Mick Kennedy. All the best for East Kilbride for the season ahead. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the summer. Ewan, Callum, thank you so much.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you, mate.
We will see you all again next week, post Old Firm and Hearts versus Motherwell. Like, share, subscribe on all the platforms. You just can't sit down for
sit down for 2
minutes.
seconds, you prick.
just say cheerio.
By the way, he's putting on the beef. That's all, folks. Have a very good week, and we'll see you again next Monday. Bye for now.
The STV Radio Football Show, brought to you by CR Smith.
The STV Radio Football Show is brought to you by CR Smith. CR Smith are local everywhere in Scotland. They offer great finance rates so you can get the best products for your home at an affordable rate. CR Smith are Scotland's top rated windows and doors company on Trustpilot. Make sure you're on the ball. Head to crsmith.co.uk to get stuck into the amazing windows and doors. Thank you very much to CR Smith and thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time on the STV Radio Football Show.